Good evening, everybody. Welcome to the Adelaide Ice Arena on beautiful Ghana land. It's crunch time in NHSL hockey here at the Ice Arena. The Stars look to start their rise up the standing, and it starts with a tango with the top-placed Adelaide Extreme. Good evening, everybody. I'm Eric Balnar. This is Justine Rufino, coach extraordinaire in the local leagues here. We're here calling all the action for you. Justine, this is a really exciting game for me because I love it when games in hockey get a little bit tighter, the pressure's there, and for the Stars especially, the pressure's on.
I mean, I don't think you've got any other situations where there's more to prove. You're up 7-0, you go down by 1. I mean, that you can argue that was the best 30 minutes of hockey we've seen from any team all season, and then the worst 30 minutes we've seen from any team all season. So right now, they have the opportunity to get points on these guys. Can they play 64 minutes of amazing hockey?
That's exactly what happened last time. They were up 7-0. They lost the game unbelievably, and it kind of shifted the standings a little bit. This is what they look like. The Adelaide Extreme are at the top with 8 points. Brewers at 6. The Stars following with just 4 points right now. But there's only 3 games to go for the Extreme and the Stars. There's only 8 games in the season. So if the Stars win their next 3 games in their next 3 weeks, they're going to move all alone in first place. There's nothing anyone else can do about it. However, if the Extreme win tonight, mathematically, the Stars cannot catch them, and the Extreme clinch a spot in the finals. That's what's at stake tonight.
I mean, it's do or die, really. We talked about it being do or die before, hypothetically, but now it is actually do or die.
Well, there's a few different outs that make this thing a little bit more tasty. Let's start with the Extreme. They're missing Graham Charbonneau, and they're missing David Huxley, notably on defense, as well as Jamie Woodman, who's stuck in WA right now. That's 3 key defensemen out. The Stars, meanwhile, missing their captain, Jan Kubik, as well as Josh Harding. So we're looking at different players to step up. We'll start with the Stars. No Jan Kubik, a guy that was the other marquee, Jake Riley. Surely this is his time to shine.
I mean, Jake Riley is arguably one of the most dynamic, one of the most skilled players in the country right now for his age. He is an absolute presence, but what we're wanting to see tonight, and this is an Adelaide boy trained in Finland, he's got all the ticks, he's a good guy, he doesn't get unnecessary penalties all the time, and is he able to step into that shoe of Jan's, and really big shoe, and really step up and make this team really whole? Because right now, from last game, what we're seeing is a team that needs leadership.
Jake Riley is one of the most dynamic scorers in the competition. He can kind of put the puck on a string at some time. Last time he played the Extreme, or a couple games ago, he scored a couple goals. He beat his friend Jeremy Friedrich. He can turn the game on his head, and that's what they're going to be looking for.
That's exactly what they're going to want tonight.
Meanwhile, on the Extreme side of things, to kind of counteract those defense missing, they've added in a guy with a lot of hockey awareness in Jared Siemens.
Jared Siemens is a really interesting one because I would argue, you know, it's a huge loss to lose Charbonneau, it's a huge loss to lose Huxley, but this is a guy with so much hockey IQ, so much versatility, and this is why Eric Leon's drafting is genius, because he slots right into that defensive position, and you think to yourself, that's actually not a weakness, that's probably a bit of a gain for their defense at this point. It's such a good move.
These are highlights from the last time that he played, and Jared Siemens was able to be dynamic with the puck and set guys up. I'm sure that vision from defense is going to be a welcome thing, even though he normally plays forward.
I definitely think so.
So those are the keys, ins and outs. The lines are going to look like this. It will be Joey McDougall, Xander Wardlaw, and Nathaniel Benson. They're on the top line. Those are basically their 3 best forwards. They've said chuck them on a line. You like that top line that they went to?
Oh, I like it. I really do. I mean, look, I think that Joey we talked about it last game so many times, Joey brings that sense of, you know, just a bit of calm, a bit of experience, a bit of strength. And, you know, Xander and Nat, they're all over the shop. They're cycling everywhere. They're magnets. They find each other, and then they find Joey.
The top line for the Stars, meanwhile, will be 18-year-old Daniel Chen, 21-year-old Jake Riley, and that veteran Johan Levesque, who scored 4 goals the last time he played. They're going to have to carry the bulk of this offense because their next line is Full, Steele, and Tomlinson, McDonald, Boyd, and Harding. You'd expect a lot of the goals, though, to come from that Chen, Riley, Levesque line.
I do, but I really love that third line. I love that line with Harding and Boyd and McDonald. I love that Adelaide-born, hearty line. Those are the grinders. They call them the grinders, but I honestly don't think that does them justice. These are 3 guys on that third line. They can get it done.
We will be very keen to see how they break out. And defensively, it's Hazel and Komazek, Smith and Benson, Cinco and Madsen. A very, very young defensive core for the Stars. Jake Hazel and Marco Komazek going to get the bulk of the minutes tonight. It's an interesting one because where does the experience come from other than Dave Madsen? It's just such a young defensive group with the Stars.
It is, but in Adelaide, last 2 years, you look to 3 out of 6 of those guys, they are 2-time premiership winners. Age or not, experience or not, they have been winning the last 2 years. They've been trained by Sammy. Yeah, in the local leagues, they've been absolutely dominating.
I mean, the Extremes defense isn't that much younger or experienced-wise. Jordan Geyer, he's still in his mid-20s. Daniel Chen, or Andrew Chen, he's only 21 years old. Nick Wieland, only 21 years old. So we'll see what's happening.
Some Jokers on Jokers tonight. Anyone who doesn't know, the Jokers are the local team. They've had 2 premierships last year. Sammy Manteri, coach of the Adelaide Noarlunga Stars, is their head coach. So he'll be coaching against some of his players and coaching some of his players tonight. Special
teams will be something to watch too, Justine. And you saw the Adelaide Extreme probably have the best special teams game of any NHSL team last week versus the Brewers. They've bumped up their power play to 9 for 44, 16.1%. They also have the best penalty kill. The game was decided on special teams last week. They won 7-5. They came back. They were 5-3 down. They won 7-5. They scored 4 power play goals, converted on a penalty shot, and also killed off all 5 penalties that they took. So you feel like special teams is going to be a factor, and the Stars take the most penalties in the competition.
I mean, it's not a secret. The Stars do take the most penalties. Can they kill them? They do kill them well, but that's only considering the amount they actually take. What we have to see tonight is you need to see the Extreme take advantage of those penalties, or you need to see the Stars show some restraint for once. Take that high road.
It will certainly be a talking point tonight. Patty Gaziorowski, another player, he's making his debut tonight. He just turned 18 last Saturday. He's now eligible to play in the league. He's a player that you had the privilege of coaching, right, with the Jokers? So tell me, what is Patty going to bring and probably what he's feeling before his first game tonight?
Patty Gaziorowski is an absolute legend of a kid. He is such a good boy. His parents, Kinga and Andrew, they've done such a great job. He's experienced, he's humble, he's hungry, and he's come into his game in the last year and a half. He has born so much confidence. I'm really, really excited to see him out on this stage.
We'll pause for a moment for the singing of the Australian national anthem and then get you puck drop. Well, it's a very simple equation right now. Very easy for the Stars. You win your last 3 games, you're going to be in first place, and you will be guaranteed a spot in the championship series. However, if they lose tonight and the Extreme win, there is no mathematical way that they can catch the Extreme, and their season solely depends on beating the Brewers next week and then beating the Extreme the week after that. So the picture is going to be very clear by the end of the night. Both teams with key outs. It's going to be a very intriguing game. But as much as we're talking about outs, let's talk about a very handy addition. Last time the Stars play, they didn't have their starting goalie, Glenn Forbes-White. He's got the #1 goals against average and #1 save percentage in the competition. He was in COVID protocols as a close contact last time the games played, and he watched his team squander a 7-goal lead. Glenn is going to have to be brilliant tonight for them to win.
I think Glenn's got a lot of incentive to be brilliant, and I think that Glenn is definitely a player. He would have been watching that game. He would have gone away, gone to the drawing board and said, okay, what do I need to do right now? They would have been training together, and Sammy has told me, the head coach, we chatted this morning, they've been training really well. They've been talking a lot all together, a little bit more of a combined team this week, a little bit more gelling. So really excited to see how Glenn reacts to that. Really excited to see how the Stars react to Glenn being back.
Jeremy Friedrich is the starting goaltender, muddled amongst that huddle. He has a 4-1 record, a .440 goals against average. He was really good versus the Stars last game, and the last time they played versus the Brewers, he had a big third period, just sort of stabilizing things, kind of showing everybody, hey, I know you're talking about other goalies, but I'm still the state's best.
I mean, look, it's a little bit hard to argue with. I know him and Matush are really, really good friends. I know Jeremy's actually said to me, oh yeah, I'm sure Matush is a little bit better than me, but he's that humble of a guy. He wouldn't admit it, but he is brilliant. He is absolutely brilliant, and he pulls it out when it means the most.
We'll welcome in our third game caller to the broadcast booth, Ryan Rintala, a coach, a player, very active in the ice hockey community. I say, Ryan, thanks for joining the call tonight.
Thanks for having me.
So it is the Extreme versus the Stars. Stars need to win probably their next 3. The Extreme can clinch a spot in the championship series tonight with a win. Hazel flicks the puck forward to Jake Riley. We circled him at the beginning of the broadcast, and there's Jeremy Friedrich playing it around the boards. Andrew Stapleton trying to move under there, and there's Noah Maley that swats it forward. Maley has probably been the best value pick in the draft of players that were selected. The local just turned 19-year-old on Wednesday. He's been a hound for the puck. He's got 4 goals and 3 assists coming off a 3-point night. Chip forward by Ollie Martin. Chasing after this is Adrian Esposito, and Ollie Martin gets there first. 4 goals for Martin. He scored in each of his first 4 games. Back to Tom Tate. Gives this away, and it's a 2-on-1 the other way. Daniel Chen has the puck sail on him, and it's sent back up the center of the ice for Esposito to flick one on net, and Glenn Forbes-White will glove this one down. Dave Madsen, the older player, the oldest statesman of the bunch.
Very experienced, though. Nobody wants to go into a corner with Dump Truck Madsen.
Going the other way, here's Xander Wardlaw. He's second in the league in points, and the puck just a little bit sticky on the ice right now. Shot back on net the other way as it goes back around the boards. Picked up again by Jordan Geyer. Chipped in front of the net, and Glenn Forbes-White settles this one down.
Tyson Boyd and Dave Dump Truck Madsen going in to protect Glenn on that one really quick.
They're playing a bit physical tonight.
So a good save from Glenn Forbes-White. He gets into the game with a quick save. And the draw will come to his right. Back to the point, shot on net. Geyer has this go into the corner as it goes into the right side, battling away, picked up by Nathaniel Benson. Benson on the backhand, eludes some traffic, looking for a man in front. That's Jared Siemens pinching his way up. So Jared Siemens normally playing a forward role. He's going back to defense. Ryan, as a guy that has played a bit of forward and defense, what's that transition like as a player?
I can tell you it's a lot easier going from forward to D, because then all you got to do is protect the house. Going to forward, you got to be a lot more on your toes. You got to be moving around. However, there's less liabilities as a forward.
Draw will come outside the zone.
What did I miss?
Luke Harding and Joey McDougall having a few words there, nice and early too. Those are 2 very experienced players, one a very renowned Adelaide boy, one a very renowned Canadian boy, Eric, a good friend of yours. And I think that could be interesting going through the game.
Did you notice how the Stars came out with such physicality early in the game here?
Oh, absolutely. I think they know that is going to be a key factor tonight.
It'll be very interesting to see what Benson does and Wardlaw.
Wardlaw down into the backhand, plays it around the corners. McDougall wraps it around the boards. Nathaniel Benson picks it up. Grinding down there is Brandon Taylor, picked up by Jake Hazel. He'll go the other direction. Chen keeps it on at the blue line. McDougall across to Benson, and a big save from Glenn Forbes-White. That's the value he can bring as the Extreme on their first power play of the game have Glenn Forbes-White step up with a big save.
Yeah, that's nice. You see after the play too, the Stars are really going after it. They know they got to win this one.
Absolutely. To see Jake step up like that, he's not doing anything dirty. His hands are down right up until Nat pushes back. You protect your goalie. Those are things, you're playing defense at a high level, you will do anything to protect your goalie and his space.
Oh, look at the younger Benson getting down to block the shot, too.
Geyer flicks it over. Long shot from the point from Esposito, and it goes off a pad, and Jared Siemens tries to poke it free, and it goes all the way back to the point. The Extreme do own the best power play and the best penalty kill in the NHSL. They also own the best record. Usually that lines up. You convert on special teams, you defend on special teams, you win a few more hockey games. Couldn't be more evident last week. The young Connor Smith flicks one in front of the net, goes in front of the face of the goal, and it's picked up once again behind the goal by Esposito. Esposito getting the chance to play the point with no Charbonneau and no Huxley in the lineup on the power play. This goes over Ollie Martin's stick all the way down for offside, for icing with 49 seconds to go on the PP.
You see what the Stars are doing on this penalty kill? They're really spreading out the breakout, so Extreme is so far spread apart, all the passes are being fumbled. Nothing short, nothing clean. They got to clean that up.
And I think you could argue that the Stars are a much more physical team. You can see that by their penalties, but is that going to be a good mental factor for them tonight? Are they going to be able to shockwave the Extreme?
I think off to the right side. Picked up by Noah Maley. Maley flicks it back to Jordan Geyer. Geyer plays it down low to Ollie Martin. Martin working around the corner. Trying to set something up. Quick shot on net. There was a rebound there, but Glenn Forbes-White kicks it away, and it's shoveled out to Jared McDonough. He's been dangerous on the PK before for the Stars, and he flickers this one in past the goal. Grabbed by Ollie Martin again. Esposito pushes it up the ice. Dean Peterson, what a return to hockey he's had, and he blows by a defender, works out wide, centering play, and the Hound, Noah Maley, couldn't quite tap it home. Jake Hazel, backhand pass up the boards. Ryan Fohl plays it forward, and they're going to kill off the first power play opportunity of the game. Andrew Chen playing against his brother Daniel in this game. Daniel absolutely megged him last game, and he takes the puck away here. Walking in all alone. Shot on net. That one goes a little wide. That was Jake Riley that fired a shot on goal. Ryan Fohl trying to hold the line. Plays it back behind the goal. Retreating back is Andrew Chen. A few brotherly connections in this game. Andrew versus Daniel. And then Nat Benson plays for the Extreme, and his brother Timothy Benson plays for the Stars as well. Flicked up the right side of the boards, grabbed by Jake Riley. Riley on the backhand, lobs it down in the corner. Johan Levesque, fresh off a 4-goal game. Back to Dave Dump Truck Madsen. Tries to get the forecheck established, and there's a nice hit behind the goal by Johan Levesque, banging away. Stars try to chip their way in. Grabbed by Chen. Chen trying to work his way out. Hit off the boards once again. Peterson.
These Stars are flying after that penalty kill.
Off to the right side, and a big foot race for it. Stapleton gets through, and Glenn Forbes-White had to reach out and pinch his way down. It was a long pass ahead over 2 lines.
Gutsy play there by Glenn, too. To come out like that, you've got a man coming at you. That's an experienced decision right there.
That's game over if he doesn't get that, though.
Absolutely.
Or actually, if he just lets him come in even, that's probably game over.
Draw again will come just outside the zone. Both teams looking for that first goal. First goal scorers have won most of the games in NHSL so far, except when the Noarlunga Stars scored the first 7 goals and still lost the game. But other than that, it's been a pretty fairly clean record. Xander Wardlaw tries to dangle his way through traffic.
Oh, Smith, holy smokes, that was almost.
Pushed down in the corner. Working back to the point. Sarcic plays it around. Benson working against Wardlaw. Nathaniel Benson picks up the puck. Plays it back to Wardlaw. Wardlaw gives it back to Benson on the side of the goal. Harding was trying to box him out, and a big save from Glenn Forbes-White. He's made a couple big ones early, and that was his best one yet. And we're only 5 minutes in, and now Joey McDougall has a man bounce over him, and Boyd bounces back into McDougall, and now they're tangling in front of the benches. Welcome to the NHSL, everybody.
A lot on the line, and it's not a secret.
Tip forward again, trying to sneak behind the defense is Ollie Martin. Back behind the goal, chipped back around the corner. To the point, Esposito gets laid out by Tombleson, who's getting some second-line minutes, but there's the physicality we're looking for.
Yeah, well, even that coming in, you see Ollie Martin coming in. I thought he was going to go to town on that dump in.
Look, I think Marko Komazec being 6'5" might have had something to do with it, but also, Ollie's a smart guy. He's not going to over-invest when the puck's still in the zone.
Yeah.
That little tangle there with Tyson and Joey, though, I actually am very excited to see what comes of that, because I don't think it's over.
Who's going to lose their cool first?
That's the question, isn't it? Penalty to the Stars. I believe it's a trip.
Yeah, this is the most undisciplined team in the NHSL. If you take a look at the penalty minutes, they played one less game than the Brewers too, and already they're going behind for their second PK of the game, and that is about as trippy as it gets.
Yeah, look, and Zach Steele, look, you could argue going for the puck, but you probably won't.
It's a tough one to argue.
It's a tough. Let's be devil's advocate here, or let's just not. But look, the Stars have killed a lot of penalties. The question is, do the percentages beat them this time?
Joey McDougall takes the draw versus Jake Riley, and Jake Riley wins the draw. The Extreme, normally the best face-off team in the league. They've won 60% of their draws. Walking in is Daniel Chen, and he whipped one by the net. He scored a highlight reel goal the last time they played, racking up the points already. Brandon Taylor was going towards the net, but it was Jake Riley that intercepted the play, but gives it right back to Benson, who gives it to Taylor. Taylor drops it back to Wardlaw. It was a nifty pass down low again. Glenn Forbes wide down to the crease. How did he keep that puck out?
Glenn is here to play.
Oh, absolutely. And you can see the reaction of the Stars. They are on him like glue. There was a sandwich there, and the meat was, who was it, Xander Wardlaw or Nat Benson?
I think it was Joey McDougall on the rebound.
Yeah, who?
Benson, and then
it
McDougall.
Was Joey McDougall. We have a McDougall sandwich right now. Look at this. Oh.
Glenn's made like 3 saves to start this game that have been huge.
Hey.
Absolutely.
He was telling me when the week he couldn't play that, oh man, wait till I can play, and they play like that in front of him.
Not much more to motivate a goalie, is there?
No.
Back towards the point, Xander Wardlaw plays it down low to Joey McDougall. McDougall on the backhand. Didn't score in their first power play opportunity. Now Brandon Taylor getting some power play opportunity. Benson back to the point to Wardlaw. Wardlaw shot through traffic. This one goes up high. So a few different looks the Extreme are presenting earlier, trying to make up for no Huxley and no Charbonneau.
You see on that power play, they really spread them out too. They're trying to get some more angles on the shots, but the Stars are actually contesting all the shots very well.
They're really standing up, the Stars, and they're using that physicality. They're trying to be smart about it, but look, I do think that in this game, is it going to be the tact of Extreme, or is it going to be the body of the Stars?
Jared Siemens bangs into a player after the play. Now, Ryan, yeah, we were talking about this earlier. The transition can't be easy going from forward to defense for a player. Or is it just something, if you have game awareness, it doesn't matter what position you're playing in?
I think that's true, and I think Jared Siemens is one of those people that do. He is all over the ice, always in the right spot.
Here's Ollie Martin off the draw, walks in, backhand pass. Siemens turns it around, couldn't settle it, and he throws it back to the defense, and Jeremy Friedrich's going to have to go out and play this in the face of his friend, Daniel Chen. He gets it around the corner, and it's banked back to Jordan Geyer. A sequence of what-ifs for the Extreme just a moment ago. 10 shots to nothing, by the way, on the scoreboard. Jeremy Friedrich has not faced a shot yet. But Glenn Forbes-White playing his part to keep the team in it. He's already stolen a game for the Stars this year. Maley floats one on net. It goes in behind the goal. Played back behind. So yeah, the first 10 shots of the game go against Glenn Forbes-White. Remember when he played the Brewers in the Stars' first win, and the Brewers had 45 shots on net, and he stopped 42 pucks in a 4-3 win in a game where the Stars probably got outplayed already in the first 6 minutes, whatever it is. Glenn doing that again.
Yeah, you know, you guys were talking about Matus and Jeremy. I think Glenn's here to party.
I definitely think that Glenn's got a lot to prove when it comes to Jeremy and Matoush as well. He's a little bit older, but he's here to prove that he's not out of the running for this.
Well, he stopped the first 10 pucks he's faced. Sam Poole stopped the first 24 shots he faced, though, the last time the Stars were on the ice, in a 7-0 lead that went by the wayside. So there's a lot of hockey left, and every NHSL game has been a little bit wacky in some kind of way, and it's been a lot of fun. Geyer off the boards. Flicked up towards Dean Peterson. He'll storm up the ice as the penalty comes to an end. Peterson works his way out wide. Down on the goal line, Esposito floats it to Widger. Widger gets angled off, and he'll cycle it behind for Peterson as the Extreme will get the rest of their players off for a change. Back down low. Peterson grinding away. Jake Hazel trying to push him off the puck, and getting there in support was Foster, but they can't clear the zone. Chen slides it through. Holland down low, chipped away from Benson. He'll just ice the puck to try to alleviate some of the pressure, because it is an extreme siege right now.
Yeah, that was probably a very good play. Get a breath, get going.
I agree, and I think that's the Stars, they're really good at having these really intense first bits of hockey. What they have to do is keep that intensity. They have to maintain it.
Draw will come to the left of Glenn Forbes White. Joey McDougall, the league's top face-off man, versus Ryan Fohl. No Jan Kubik. Question is who goes and plays center for the Stars. So Ryan Fohl, you're going to see a bit of center. Zach Steele might play some center, but they're missing a second-line center with no Jan Kubik in the lineup.
Oh, probably the heart of their team, too. He works so hard. Man, that guy sees the ice better than probably anyone out here.
No, I totally agree with that. And he's such an underrated player as well. He may not be the player with 30 points at the end of the season, but you have to know he is the quarterback on so many of those players.
Both teams with key losses tonight. Both teams asking players to step up in some different roles. Komazek tries to push it up the boards, tangle for it in front of the benches. It was a hand pass, so we'll get a reset.
Pretty excited to see the defense for the Stars. Like we talked about, they're very young and they're very keen, but they are the more physical of the two teams. Even though we're looking at two defensemen here for the Extreme who are quite a bit older.
Chip forward by Xander Wardlaw. Nice pass to Benson in tight. Glenn Forbes White gets a piece of it. Benson robbed for maybe the second or third time already. Kept in by the Extreme defenseman. Showtime Joe McDougall is there first. Tyson Boyd greeted by two Extreme players in the corner, and Boyd kicks it forward. Can the Stars clear the zone? Still looking for their first shot of the game as the Extreme keep it in.
I don't know if you guys noticed that, but Benson wanted nothing of trying to get that puck from Boyd. I think the physicality is starting to get in their heads a little bit.
I definitely think so.
Jared McDonough carries the puck out. He's out there with Jake Riley, but working back with Xander Wardlaw to break up the play, and they'll float this to the center line, and Dean Peterson causes some havoc for Joey Quebec. Andrew Stapleton intercepts the pass, backhands this forward, and chips it into the attacking zone. Smith can't clear it. Peterson still on the puck, walks in the slot, walks and scores! Off a giveaway, Dean Peterson puts the Extreme in front.
What a fantastic shot by Dean.
That was a rough turnover. Let's see what happened here. Just didn't get it past him. Dean gets his... Go ahead. You see how he put his body between the puck and he had nothing he could do. He just had it all day.
Absolutely.
Walked right up front.
And Dean's an older player. He comes from Adelaide. He's been, you know, in that dynasty where there's those older players with a lot of, you know, presence and body, and a smaller guy, yes, but he will go through these defensemen like a bowling ball through pins.
Well, off of a turnover, shot number 12 finally finds the back of the net. It has been all Adelaide Extreme early in this game. The Stars have yet to get a shot on goal, and are they calling a timeout?
It's very early, but I mean, it's not unheard of. Oh, okay, so having issues with the boards.
Oh, the boards need to be put back in there.
I think that physicality is starting to take its toll.
I was wondering if it was a timeout. It might be a free timeout at the end of the day for the Stars, who still don't have a shot on goal. Now, this is an interesting stat for you. The Extreme were down 5-3 in the last game with 10 minutes to go in the third period. Tyler Leeming scored to make it 5-3, or Jeremy Klein scored to make it 5-3. From that point onward, the Brewers only had one shot on goal. So in the last now 20 minutes of combined hockey, the Adelaide Extreme have conceded one shot on goal.
It's not bad stats considering who we're talking about is missing from the lineup.
In a high shot volume league as well. Either way, the Stars need to get their bike on, need to get their first shot of the game at some point. Chip forward again, Joey McDougall crosses the center line, and he'll bank it in behind the boards, and he'll go chase his own puck, and he'll bang into a body and try to go get it. Pokes it forward, can't poke it free. Holding the line was Geyer. Back to Wardlaw. Wardlaw down low to McDougall, and McDougall tried to backhand it into the back of the net. Kept in again from Jared Siemens. Smartly just plays it back behind the goal. Hazel working against Benson. Scooped up by McDougall. He avoids one hit. Flicks it back to the point for Geyer. He tries to kick it down, and Levesque was trying to go off to the races, but it was kept in by the Extreme. Stars yet to register a shot. Benson thrown off the puck. Siemens plays it forward, and here's Wardlaw. Wardlaw with Benson in behind the defense. Benson tries to poke it forward, and it goes wide. Kept in by Geyer. He throws a shot on net. It's blocked, and the Stars will try to go away. Jake Riley from Levesque up the center of the ice. Drops it off, trying to work his way. It's Daniel Chen moving out towards the center of the ice. Chen throws it on net, scores! But it's waved off, waved off, waved off.
Oh, no.
It was tipped above. No goal.
That is heartbreaking.
Let's see it. Let's see it.
This would have been their first shot on goal.
What does it hit?
Jeremy was pretty quick to knock it down. I think it hit Levesque's stick. Right before that, yeah, Levesque, it's hard to see it on that replay. You almost have to slow it down, I think. Here's a look.
Oh. I don't know.
What did that go off of?
Yeah, hard to say. There's even.
I think he was signaling a hand.
Off a glove?
His hand, a glove.
Wow. Great shot, though.
Either way, it's still not a shot on goal, and it's still 1-0 Extreme.
That was on the back of Daniel Chen's back check to break up the Benson shot, too.
Oh, wow.
Here comes Noah Maley, gets it off to Ollie Martin. He's got a good shot. Shot from Esposito, and Glenn Forbes-White gets the pad down. Working down in the corner. Esposito against two Stars who really just got to settle things down. Puck goes past Tom Tate, chipped in by Andrew Chen. Jared McDonough working forward for the Stars. Maley throws his body into him. McDonough pushes it out towards Harding, and the Esposito will go the other way. Just clears the zone. Ryan Full back on the back check. Ollie Martin is there first, and carrying it in is Esposito. Puck free in the neutral zone. Picked up by Chen. Chen throws it in behind the goal.
I gotta ask, guys, what happened to the Stars in the beginning of the game? They had a nice dump and chase going. They had them on their heels.
Well, this is the thing, what happened last game as well. I mean, can they maintain this intensity? We talked about it, but they have to maintain this control. They have to get a shot.
Quick shot from Daniel Chen. That one rattles a little bit wide, and the Extreme will try to take this out the other way. Picked up again by Zach Steele. Steele down low on the backhand, throws one on net, and there's the glove save from Jeremy Friedrich, who's now officially in the game. Their first shot on goal. What can they build from here, though?
I mean, it's super wide. You're looking at a shot that's done from an angle that's not super desirable. This is that Daniel Chen shot again that went in but was waved off. We're still not quite sure what it touched, but even the defenseman, I believe it's Siemens, in the front is waving it off as well. So you've got the goalie, a defenseman, a bunch of people saying, nope, it's hit something, it's not a goal, despite Levesque.
He's showman. He's always going to call it.
There wasn't that much fight back from the Stars, too, so it couldn't have been that close from down on the action either.
Absolutely, yeah.
Stars worked their way in front, and I think they took the Extreme might have taken a penalty.
That looks like a puck stick to the face from Jake Riley, but I mean, he's a tough guy. It's not just a really good player out on the ice. The guy's tough. He can take it.
Riley trying to check if there's any blood. So the Stars, are they almost lucky to only be down by 1 goal despite being outshot 14-1 in the first?
I don't know. You got Glenn Forbes-White in it. I think the Extreme might be in trouble here. I don't know what you're talking about.
That's not a bad way to look at it. I mean, if you're Sammy Manteri, you're saying shots. Get some shots on the net, set up down low. You're doing a lot of defending right now.
Back down low. Chen working behind the goal. Plays it off to the left side. Johan Levesque settles it down. Tip down in front. Doorstep shot opportunity. Riley whips it in front of the face of the goal. It's chipped away, and Noah Maley's going to get there first. Maley spins around, kicks it to himself, and Johan Levesque had to hold on to the puck. Back the other way. And chip forward, settled back in across the line in a wide open space. Shot on goal and a big block in front of the net, and it will be scooped out by Chen. Connor Smith plays it around to Daniel Chen. The Stars were 0 for 9 on the power play the last time that they played the Extreme, and they lost by 1 goal. Can probably chalk it up to special teams. Siemens currently in the box, and they're trying to get going on the power play now. Knocked down by Connor Smith. Left side. Levesque leads a man forward. Knocks it around the corner, looking for Ryan Fole. Plays it back behind the goal. Chen. Back to Riley. Riley working his way down. Riley on the right side. Shot on the doorstep. Rebound from Jeremy Friedrich, and it's picked up by the Stars again. Zach Steele throws it across the goal, and it waddles its way out into the neutral zone. Kept in by Peterson. Ryan Fole back behind the goal. Plays it over to Zach Steele. Steele cuts his way forward. Steele chips it up, looking for Jared McDonough. McDonough can't find a man as the Extreme tie him up. Steele plays it forward, back behind the goal. They get 3 shots on goal during the power play, but they couldn't beat Jeremy Friedrich. Ryan Fole keeps it in as the penalty comes to an end. Battle along the far boards. Benson plays it out to the right side to Jordan Geyer. Geyer tries to get around Steele, and Steele angles him away, but Benson had a shot in front of the goal as it was finally knocked away. Chen plays it left side. Harding looking for the puck. Picked up by Wardlaw, who plays it off to the left side to Benson, who tries to split the defenseman, and it's taken away from Jake Hazel. Chipped up in the neutral zone, grabbed by Jordan Geyer. Tomlinson off the bench onto the ice, just banks it forward, but a big giveaway from the Extreme. Leads a man forward, tipped in front by Tomlinson, and Jeremy Friedrich makes the big save.
During that action there, we also had someone confirm the goal was called off because he did use his hand, so they called it no goal for that.
Oh, okay. Great drive there by Tomlinson. I mean, just that nice little chip. And Zach Steele, we can see he's actually playing defense tonight, which it's not a bad call when you consider he's got a great shot. He's one of the more physical players for sure, and he's young and fit. So you want that on your back end if you really, really need to stop pucks.
As long as he plays defense.
As long as he plays defense. That is always a concern with Zach Steele, his positioning.
Komazek had to settle down the puck. He plays it up to Tyson Boyd on the left side. 2 Extreme jerseys gather around him to try to take it away. Esposito lays out Marco Komazek at the red line. An outrageously huge hit that took off the bucket. Now Maley gets stoned on the other end by Glenn Forbes-White. It's all happening. Maley again on the puck. Out to the point for Sarcic. Sarcic through traffic, and it floated a little bit wide. What a hit from Esposito. It was Komazek trying to line him up, and he said, nah-uh. Foster the other way. Sharp angle shot on goal. He picks up his own rebound and flies around in the corner. Foster, sharp angle shot. Big rebound to a dangerous area. Picked up by the Stars. Foster back on the puck. Peterson trying to bounce that away. Peterson has the only goal of the game so far. Glenn Forbes-White has been big. Let's head down right now to our sideline reporter. Oh, well, let's look at this hit first.
Look, Marco Komazek is 20 years old. Esposito must have 10, 15 years on him, and he just showed his experience so well.
Yeah, Esposito had his feet right under him. He didn't really stand a chance.
Absolutely.
Let's go down to the benches right now. Our sideline reporter, Dave Webb, is with us. Dave, how you going?
Yeah, I'm good. I'm doing a lot better than the recipient of that hit. He did not pull up very well. He sat down straight away. He has not really moved. He's in the hands of the trainer at the moment, but sure he'll come through with the back of the head. Happened about a meter in front of me, back of the head hit the ice.
Did it look as big from down there as it did from up here?
Eric, I felt it.
Dave Webb on the sideline reporting for us there. The update on Marco Komazek. I'm sure we'll get updates as he goes. I'm sure it's rattling getting a hit like that.
I don't think he's played in a league quite like this before, so that was a wake-up call if there's ever been one.
Dean Peterson on the puck, the goal scorer, tries to bully his way to the front of the net, and he has the puck taken away, and here's Johan Levesque storming up the ice, through 1, through 2, the goalie to beat, and Jeremy Friedrich gets the pad down. Peterson on the rebound. He's played a really good game, Dean Peterson, so far.
See, Siemens was on that back check, too. Contested that shot the whole time.
Siemens playing defense today rather than his normal forward position. Joey McDougall sticks it to himself. He just missed Stapleton, but here comes Andrew Chen working in behind the goal. Wraps all the way around everybody. Stops at the hash marks. Tried to tee up Nathaniel Benson, who sent it wide. Benson chips it along the near boards. Tate high in the corner once again, and this one goes out of play.
That was a great play by Andrew. He sold the shot. Everyone bit. Benson standing by himself. Let's see if they bring that back up.
I don't know, Ryan. On the other side of that, you've got a player like Xander Wardlaw then backing up for Andrew Chen.
I know, but look at this.
Yeah, no, it's a good play. I'm not denying that.
Look at the setup, though, that he gets on Benson.
Yeah, he puts it forward. Oh, everyone bit.
Not quite the connection I think Nat wanted on that one, though.
Yeah. You know, Wardlaw's pretty dangerous when he's got space, though. Get it to him on the point out there.
Got a good shot, that's for sure.
Jake Hazel plays it around the boards. Tom Tate can't hold the line. Tomlinson couldn't move it forward either, and it's finally whipped back from Ryan Full, and it goes over Quinton Tomlinson's stick. Tom Tate back behind the goal. Skating this out is Chen. Flicks it forward over Wardlaw's stick. Wardlaw settles it down at the blue line. Down low to Benson. Benson looking for Wardlaw, intercepted in front of the goal, and the Stars go the other direction, carried out by the defenseman Jake Hazel. Hazel looking for a partner, and it was Xander Wardlaw that he found it. Stick down by Nathaniel Benson. It'll go for a high stick. So just over a minute ago, there's a look at this play again where Benson all alone on the top.
Actually, I had Brother not far away, but I honestly think that was nice pass, just a little bit too far in front of him. Nat's trying to sort of reach forward for that shot, but it was well done to stretch them out like that.
1-0 game. The Extreme had the first 14 shots on goal. The Stars have 8 of their last 9. It is only a 1-0 hockey game. Long shot from the point, rattles a little bit wide. Boyd powering forward. Friedrich fighting, looking for the puck, and finally somebody barreled down, net off its bearings, and now we have a little couple conversations happening at the side of the goal.
See, this is where I worry about the Extreme. This is where I wonder, you know, Adrian Esposito needs to get out there right now. I mean, what he did to Komazek before, because someone needs to protect Jeremy Friedrich.
Couple players tangled up. Here's a look at the replay. Sarcic and
I think Sarcic actually fell on Jeremy. Oh, poor Jeremy.
Sarcic and Whelan kind of sent him barreling in.
Yeah, so you can see Harding in that one. And yeah, it is. Yeah. Oh, you can see a stick there in Jeremy. Oh,
that's
God.
Unfortunate, but that's the D-man's fault.
It is, absolutely. As a D-man, your main priority is to protect. You can see Sarcic trying to drag someone off of Jeremy.
After he dragged a guy on him.
Afterward, it is your first priority. You become a defenseman, and that day, someone should say to you, keep him safe. That's the #1 priority.
Jeremy can't believe it. He's just looking at himself, though, on the video board behind the screen.
Yeah, definitely. He hates that angle. Here it is again. And Luke Harding is not one you want in front of the net. He will stay there. He's tough. He's hooked on to Sarcic's stick, said, no, I'm not going anywhere. And unfortunately, yeah, that's resulted in Jeremy Friedrich back in the net.
How often do you think the players watch that replay of the big screen right behind the goal? It's a pretty big screen.
It's the first in Australia, too?
Yeah.
Might be.
It's hard to miss it on the face-off.
It's pretty cool. Shot off from the point. Jeremy Friedrich gets down and makes another nice save. Talking with Eric Lean after the last game, he was really impressed with Jeremy Friedrich's rebound control versus the Brewers and how he could keep them in the game. Jeremy probably does that better than almost anybody in the competition in terms of rebound control.
That's interesting you say that, because I noticed on the power play, they let a lot of rebounds go wide, and if someone's on the back door, that's going to be an easy tap-in. So he is so good at getting it to the edge.
But maybe not today?
Well, I don't know. I noticed it.
Off the draw, shot on goal, goes wide. Friedrich, though, is perfect so far. 9 for 9 on shots faced, and they've all come in the last 8 minutes or so. Dying minutes here of the first period. It's only a goal from Peterson. Siemens tries to barrel his way forward. Back checking is Daniel Chen. This one feels a bit more like a conventional hockey game right now. Shot on net, Friedrich makes a save. How many times have we seen a 1-0 lead after one? I feel like not very often. They've all been chaotic.
Conventional feels weird now, doesn't it? It does feel like a bit of a strange change in these games.
Has there been a 1-goal period?
I don't know.
Is this the...
It's not been for a while, we'll say that. Definitely.
I'm trying to think too. I don't know if there's been a 1-0 period.
Well, last week it was 2-0, but it was a very strange circumstance of the Brewers being up, but the Extreme having all the control.
Yeah, or it was a 2-1 even last week, and then they tied it up 2-2. Either way, it was like 2 or 3 goals.
Yeah, no, it was tight.
The Brewers did score the first 2 goals in that game. Almost turned over at the line. Levesque, firm pass to Daniel Chen in the last minute. This top line trying to get something buzzing. Levesque off the backhand, looking for Riley. Riley scores! Levesque to Riley, back of the net. It's a 2-goal period in a 1-1 hockey game.
He came in all the way from the blue line by himself, train track, and no one even touched him.
You know, we talked about it a little bit, Ryan. You pointed out those rebounds, they come out and they're giving the Stars space, aren't they?
Yeah, the center of the ice is contested, so he's getting a lot of people in front of it, but look where this goes.
2 men on Chen.
Yep.
And Levesque is the first one there. He didn't even think about what he was doing. He knew.
No, exactly right. He knew where Jake was. He put it straight there, no hesitation. And that is Jake Riley right in the middle of the slot. You don't want that anywhere.
1-1 hockey game. Jake Riley has tied things up. And after the Stars conceded the first 14 shots of the game and the first goal to Dean Peterson, somehow, some way, they've clawed their way back. It's a 1-1 game.
That's 9 shots a period. You need 30 shots to win a game. They're on pace.
Glenn Forbes-White has been excellent in net for the Stars. He made 3 or 4 10-bell saves to really even absorb the pressure and give them a chance. Chen with the puck in the dying seconds, and that's how it'll end. 1-1 after 1 period. Kind of a period of 2 halves. First halves belong to the Extreme, second half belong to the Stars. What are your thoughts?
This is all over the place.
It is. It really is. Again, it's sort of back and forth, but the control isn't really maintained by anyone for a long period of time. I mean, the Extreme had a really good run at the net, scored a goal. Glenn has been standing on his head, but then I think the Stars kind of kicked into gear after about 10 unanswered shots. So they're finally responding, but the Extreme is still not out of this at all.
Let's throw it down right now to Dave Webb, who's got Joey McDougall.
Joey, interesting first quarter for you. 6 shots that they only had, and they scored a goal very, very late on, 34 seconds. A makeshift defense as we're standing, but all calm.
Yeah, I mean, we did a good job for the first 3 quarters of that period. I mean, just a little bit of a breakdown defensively there. But as of right now, all the guys have been stepping up. We've been filling gaps where we've got in the lineup right now, and everybody's doing good. We just got to keep pushing and getting pucks in on the net.
Yeah, and a little bit different. They seem to be really, they're trying to get under your skin. I think they feel that they're the underdogs today. They're trying to get under your skin. A little bit of chippiness as well, I noticed. A lot of it been directed your way. Is that something you come to expect being one of the marquee players?
Definitely something you come to expect, but it's something we've seen not a lot of this year from this team. But given their situation in the standings and just needing a win tonight, you kind of got to expect them to come out and be physical just to try and bump you off your game a little bit.
Great job, Joey. I'll go and let you get cool down.
Dave Webb down with Captain Showtime McDougall.
I got one thing I think we need to watch here. I'd say the 1 goal came on a Connor Smith turnover, and he almost did it at the end there. If we see the Stars defensemen start breaking it out cleanly, this might turn into a completely different game.
It'll be something to watch in the next period for sure. As the Zamboni almost takes out our man on the ice, we will throw to the intermission. We've got in the slot, we had Sammy Mantier, the coach of the Stars, and Noah Maley, the hound for the Extreme. So enjoy that chat in the intermission, and Eric, Justine, and Ryan will be back in about 15. Back at the Ice Arena on beautiful Ghana land in Adelaide, South Australia, it's NHSL Hockey Round 9. Stars versus the Extreme. Extreme trying to clinch a spot in the championship series. The Stars looking to move into a final spot with a win tonight or tied. Eric Balnar, Justine Rufino, Ryan Rintala joining you on the call. What do we think of the first period, you two?
That's a lot of good back and forth hockey. It's a good contest, and I hope it'll be a good game all the way through.
No, I agree. I think both teams are sort of trying to find that sweet spot. They're trying to find, you know, where's the weakness in this team? How can we attack it? You know, even just this shot right here. I mean, that's a really nice goal until you realize someone's actually touched it with their hand and put it in with their glove. So there's a lot of funny things going on here.
Dean Peterson opened the scoring. Glenn Forbes-White faced the first 14 shots of the game. That was the only one that he allowed to go past him before Jake Riley tied it up with 34 seconds to go. The Stars tried a bit of a pushback. Dave Webb, he's been reporting from the benches all game long. He's down there right now. Dave, what do you make of the game so far?
So far, it's an interesting one. I don't know which coach I'd rather be. I think from an extreme point of view, if you have 10 shots on goal and no goals, then possibly something's happening. I think obviously the percentages on the Star side are a lot better. I did have a chat to Eric Lean in the break for the period. Apologies for calling the quarter before, I am English. I did have a chat with him in the period break. He's happy, a little bit disappointed that they let a goal in so late on. I did have a chat with him as well on how he felt about his makeshift defence. He said he's really happy with how things are going. Jared Siemens, he said he basically threw him to the Lions, and Jared is biting back for those Lions at the moment. Very impressed with that young man. He said he's intelligent. He said he could put him in any position he wants. He's going to be able to play there. On the other side of the bench, I had a chat with the coaching staff just around Komacek, because I just wanted to check how he is. He's still up and about. He's just having another chat as I speak. He's still up and about. He's still kitted up. He's going to play in the second quarter. It's an interesting one. I'll keep an eye on him.
There you go. Great stuff from Dave Webb on the benches. It's interesting to say, yeah, Jared, I love that line. Jared Siemens thrown to the Lions, and he's biting back.
Absolutely. I mean, you can see it too. I mean, Jared's not taking this position complacently. He's going in, guns blazing. He's being smart. He knows there's a lot on the line in this defensive position.
We'll see how Marco Komacek bounces back after being on the receiving end of a huge hit at the center line. It is a 1-1 hockey game. Extreme versus the Stars. Extreme in green, Stars in white. We're back underway in the second period here on beautiful Ghana land, and already Daniel Chen looking for a spark plug. Benson tries to clear the zone. It goes off Jake Hazel's leg twice, and it's a bit fumbled just a little bit from Jordan Geyer. Off the side is Nathaniel Benson. Players skirmish for it on the near board. Jake Riley picks up the puck. It goes off a body. Neither team able to connect a pass right now. A lot of interceptions, including that one from Joey McDougall, but a Stars player was a touch offside.
Look, they're coming back. It's still very bouncy. It's a little bit frantic, I'm going to say.
I think that's a side effect of the physicality. Everyone's a little on their toes.
No, I totally agree.
Draw comes just to the outside. McDougall wins the draw cleanly. Levesque off the draw. Fires one in on goal. That one whistled a little bit wide. Jared Siemens around the backhand. Jake Hazel picks up the puck, pinching in from the point. Team in green gives away the puck. Levesque looking for a sharp angle, and that whistles all the way around, but a delayed penalty coming here to the Extreme. Levesque throws it in front again, and the Extreme will touch it up, and they'll go straight to the penalty box, so the Stars going to have their second power play opportunity of the game.
Bit of a reverse here. Usually we're seeing the Stars go onto the PK, but now they're getting their opportunities at their special teams. Are we going to see something special that Sonny's been working on at training?
Justine, what were the face-offs like in that first period?
Oh, the face-offs were actually very interesting. Stars won by 2%, so 52% won by the Stars. Very uncharacteristic of the Extreme.
Yeah, Extreme dominating the face-off circle in the season, 62% on the year. They don't usually lose face-offs in the period. I think it was, 13 of 27? The Extreme in the first. Lockie Cahill, our man, on the stats. But here come the Stars, 0 for 1 on the power play today already. On the season, they've kind of scuffled a little bit too. The Stars are 4 for 40 at 10%, 4 for 41 now. That would make them equal with the Brewers, so not that impressive, to be totally honest.
They got an interesting look going on, though. They got Jake Riley back at the point.
Boyd down low. Down, it's Levesque again, tries to go 5-hole, and I think Friedrich got a piece of it. Levesque off the hash marks to Smith, and again Jeremy Friedrich makes a big save, and hey, the shot totals are about equal now.
And you can see Tyson Boyd is right there. He is on top of Jeremy Friedrich. If we saw this up the other end with Glenn Forbes-White, there would be a pylon again.
That was a really nice shot by Connor Smith, too. I think he's really turned it around here and taking some good shots.
Draw off to the right again. Levesque trying to get a stick on it off the baseline. Works his way against Siemens. Picked up by Chen. Chen off the hash mark. Swivels off Siemens again. Siemens all in his face. Smith returns to Chen. Chen through traffic on the doorstep. Tyson Boyd had it clunk off his stick. Extreme can't clear. Riley manning the point, sauces it across to Chen. Chen trying to angle a man forward. It goes off Noah Maley's leg and it's kicked in the corner. Levesque, nice pass across a seam, and it bounces off Jake Riley's stick. Riley commanding his way in front of the net through traffic, rebound, trying to knock it in as Tyson Boyd and Jeremy Friedrich comes up with a couple big saves. Skirmish forward in the corner as we're about 3/4 of our way through the power play.
I'll tell you, that's one thing you don't want on a power play is 2 of your guys in the corner.
I was
Levesque
just thinking the
in
same
front of the
thing.
net, trying to skirmish his way in front, loose puck in the slot. Riley was calling for it, Chen couldn't get it to him. Chen back to Smith, over to Riley, off the board, shot through traffic, rebound on the doorstep, over Levesque's stick, and Daniel Chen rocks into a player in the corner. Slow to get up is the Extreme player too. Riley dangles around the defenseman, right side, Friedrich is down, Stars trying to poke away, Friedrich gets a body on it. How is this puck not in the back of the net? Levesque through traffic, and Friedrich's helmet is off. Frantic madness in front of the goal, and the Stars can't take advantage.
That is scary. You see a goalie's helmet come off. Usually you see the whistle straight away, but there was a real delay on that one. The amount of opportunities the Stars just had.
How did they not score?
I don't know. I was wondering if Jeremy did that intentional. I was watching the replay here. If that was a smart. Oh.
Nice hit. 18
That's
years
on
old.
Holland.
He read that play coming.
Here it is here.
No, I think a stick got his helmet.
Oh,
Yeah,
coming
Chen's
down.
stick got his helmet.
I thought it was Maley's,
you
but
know-
either or.
You never know. You know, it might have been a nice experience
Loose
play
helmet.
there. Yeah. Oh, take it, kick it.
That scares me.
Stop the play.
If I've got a puck coming at me, I don't want my helmet off. I want it on.
So another penalty was taken right after the play, so Noah Maley going to the box. So the Stars are going to get their second power play opportunity in a row. The Extreme weren't aware of it. They had 5 guys on the ice. So the Stars back to the power play after not being able to score on the first one. Here's Harding working on the backhand, tries to go glove side, it flutters wide. Harding back behind the goal. Waiting for it again. Loose puck in the slot, chipped back and kicked away from Jake Hazel. Players bang away in the corner. Xander Wardlaw tries to chip it out. Hazel holding the zone. Finally, the Extreme clear, and Tate throws it out to the corner. Joey McDougall, he'll just steer this forward towards Glenn Forbes-White, who will play it off to Jake Hazel. Hazel gives it back to Fohl. Stars have their second power play unit out right now, just trying to buy some time for their big guns to get back out there. Luke Harding on the blue line, finally gets in behind the defense. Zach Steele, and some nice defensive work from Tom Tate. Pushes that away, and Tate swats it forward, and Glenn Forbes-White will go out and greet the puck behind the corner. Plays it forward to Johan Levesque, or Ryan Fohl rather. Fohl to Chen. Top line getting back out there for the Stars. Jared Siemens rattles it around the boards. Disc caroms back to Levesque, who is looking for a man on the doorstep, but it lands at the feet of Andrew Stapleton, who chips it forward. Jake Riley. He's got 1 goal already. He scored with 34 seconds to go in the first period. And hey, the Extreme had the first 14 shots of the game. The Stars now lead them 17-15 in the shot department. 17 of the last 18 shots going the Stars' way. Going in waves right now, and it's a 1-1 game. Probably feels about right. Both goalies playing well. Levesque down low. Boyd barreling his way in front of the net. Levesque gets poked away from Jeremy Friedrich, and Stapleton tries to clear the zone with just 14 seconds left. It'll be a foot race for it. Chasing after it is Taylor. Haven't seen a whole lot of Patty Gaziorowski tonight, have we?
Not quite yet, but it's a very tight game. It's a rookie moment for him.
Shot goes in on Friedrich. He makes the save as the penalty expires.
Interesting, I think it's been 5 minutes, and Glenn must be getting cold at this point. He hasn't had a lot of action at all in this second period.
Like I said, the first 14 shots were on net of the Extreme, and now the Stars have, or on net of the Stars rather, and now the Stars, on the other hand, have 17 of the last 18 shots.
Oh.
How weird is that?
It is such a strange thing to think about when you think about the first part of this game.
Draw off on the right side. Teams battling for it in the corner, kicked away once again. Swiveling, Steele throws it into the slot, goes between the legs of Ollie Martin, tipped in front from Luke Harding. Teams mixing up the linemen again. Harding playing up on a line with Foal and Steele. Steele gets tangled up and falls down, and finally the Extreme will clear this out of the zone. Tate skates this out into the zone, and Glenn Forbes-White will play it. Forbes-White was the story of the first half of this game so far, and then Jeremy Friedrichs being the story of the last half. It's a little goaltender duel right now. Noah Maley on the back end, back behind the goal. Centering play in front, and it goes down the other end of the ice. Hustling for it is Quinton Tomlinson. He works out wide, burns by Sarchich, fires a shot on net. Rebound was there. He couldn't settle it down. Gets it on the backside again. Tomlinson gets his second shot off in the sequence, and this puck will be iced. It is all Norlunga Stars right now.
See a little more physicality from Adrian there again. He caught Quinton after he let that go.
Look, this is really interesting because even, you know, there was no real approach from the Extreme defenseman on that.
Well, Marco Comazet coming back on the ice for his first shift since that big hit. So it's nice to see Marco back on the ice.
It's true. It's not how hard you get hit, it's how fast you get up.
Esposito skating the puck forward, and that just ended up with a bunch of skaters. Kind of a unique feature of this competition. You have the public skaters. They get maybe the best seats in the house down ringside. That's where I'd want to be. I'd want to be public skating on a night like this.
I think this is going to inspire a lot of young people to strap on the skates and start playing some hockey.
There's not actually a lot of people skating on that rink.
No,
Look, they're all just lined up on the side watching. I mean, there's still a good number skating. You can see them behind, but there's not really much of a gap in terms of the best seats in the house on the small ice.
It kind of continues from the bar all the way around, doesn't it?
Loose puck in front. Warlaw on the backhand, and that one just steered wide. Benson picks it up, looking for McDougall. McDougall throws a shot on net. It hit a body, and it's picked up by Komazek trying to push the puck forward. Intercepted by McDougall. Gets it to Benson. Benson has this go wide again. Here come the Extreme. Glenn Forbes-White kicks it aside. Benson on the rebound. Backhand play down low. Glenn Forbes-White makes a toe save, and it's finally cleared and just swatted out by Johan Levesque for an icing call. Glenn Forbes-White with some acrobatics, but there's that pressure from the Extreme.
Really strong defensive work on that one. What do you think, Ryan?
I was going to say, we haven't seen much from Xander in a bit. I think maybe because the back-to-back penalties, the lines haven't been matched up, but these guys finally got going, and here we see the shots again.
I think Glenn, yeah, look at that. Glenn Forbes-White got the pad down.
Good to see Smith in there as well, really standing up for Glenn, giving him that space he needs.
McDougall wins the draw. Wardlaw trying to get there first. Siemens with possession. Long shot from the point. Glenn Forbes-White has to poke it into the corner. Connor Smith battling away against Xander Wardlaw. Smith plays it around the boards, but getting there first is Andrew Chen. Chen hit hard after the fact. Battling down low again. Play into the slot. It's finally cleared, but not quite out. And finally it is. Here come the Stars on a 2-on-1. Daniel Chen with Levesque. Chen to Levesque. They were a bit off cue. Chen tried to dish the puck away, and now Benson will try to go the other way. Levesque can't touch the puck. He's got to get back onside. Stretch pass ahead, in behind the defense. Benson in all alone, scores! Nathaniel Benson puts the Extreme back up.
Great opportunity by Nat Benson there.
I think this all comes off the back check of Joey McDougall playing the body. They have to get it out of the zone, puts it on Seaman's stick. Seaman hits him long.
Just that little bit of a lapse by the D. He's alone, and he picks his point, and he hits it right up the top of the net. And his little brother is just behind him. That is not one you're going to want to wake up and talk about at breakfast tomorrow morning.
So Benson from Siemens and McDougall.
Great shot.
And Nathaniel Benson going in all alone, doesn't miss too often. Nathaniel Benson, that is just his second goal of the season. He's got 2 goals and 6 assists on the year, 8 points. He's had a really nice campaign, Nathaniel Benson. Played back the other way. As it goes back around the goal and back to the point around the boards.
Man, the Stars had so much momentum before that too. The 2-on-1, they broke up at the big plays.
They do that, the Stars. They have all this momentum, and in that moment, they have a bit of a lapse. The question now is, do they bounce back by putting pressure back on the Extreme, or do they fumble it a little bit and see what we saw 2 weeks ago where they kind of go into a bit of a shell?
Teams battle for it around the corner. Back the other way. Stars carry it down in the zone. Off the backhand, Zach Steele. And it's a goal! An immediate response from the Norlunga Stars.
Was that Ambrose Foster? We'll have to check that on the replay. They're looking pretty happy.
And it's Zach Steele battling in front of the net, and there's Foster.
Oh,
it is Ambrose Foster.
Foster's first goal. They are very happy. A Johan Levesque style celebration from Foster as well. You can see it here. Zach just fumbles it a little bit, and Ambrose is that high man. Great pickup.
Hey, if he can learn how to do that every time Zach goes down the ice, when Zach tries to take on 3 people, he'll get some more goals.
Oh, absolutely he will.
Jared Siemens works his way down in the corner. 2-2 game. As soon as the Extreme scored, the Stars respond. Jared McDonald plays it back in the slot, and Esposito tries to settle it down. Siemens plays it on the backhand. Noah Maley there for the Extreme. He gets tied up by 2 different Stars players, picked up by Siemens in the corner. So Ambrose Foster gets his first goal. Chip forward. Jake Riley, right side, powers his way to the front of that. Riley up high, scores! Jake Riley puts it up top. They call it a goal. And Jake has his second goal of the game.
He's using a sand wedge that close.
Holy cow.
He just
that is
scoops this.
incredible. Look at this. Through the legs. How did he get it up there?
Well, he lost the first one and it just slid through.
On top of the goalie by the time he's put the puck in the net.
How?
I'm trying to figure it out.
I'm telling you, you got the sand wedge out.
Oh, it's gone up Jeremy's stick. Oh,
No,
God.
I think that was all Jake.
You reckon?
Because that went in the top.
Oh, my God.
Top right, but did that
went-
rattle
went-
up the pole?
That went up the top, not like in the top of
No,
the net. That was like,
yeah, it was. It was right
I
up
want to see
there.
that again. Jake Riley.
Here it is.
no, that's Jake. That's
You reckon
all
That's
Jake.
Jake Riley.
Yeah, that's all
That
Jake.
is incredible. I thought that had to be off of Jeremy's stick, but that is Jake Riley.
Well, we said at the top of the broadcast we needed Jake Riley to step up. He's got 2 goals, and it's a 1-goal lead for the Stars in a game they really do need to win. Wardlaw gives us away. Levesque sends it up the ice again, and here comes Chen with Riley, and he couldn't settle down the puck. It's the other Chen, Andrew Chen, plays it back behind the goal. Picked up, banked off the boards by Connor Smith, and it's finally played in front of the net. Players exchanging some words.
I think we've seen a stick get snapped over there by Danny Chen. I think that's fair to say it would be a slash. The stick is in half.
I think that might even been him that did the slash, you know.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I think
Let's
he
see
came
that.
over the top, broke his own stick.
Oh, wow. They're brothers. It's the brothers,
Yeah.
too. They're not happy with each
Yeah,
other.
it's him going to the box.
Gosh.
He's the one that, he was behind Andrew, came around and came down the
right.
stick snap.
Oh. No, you settle those disputes off the ice, boys. You got all night to do that.
Hey, you know, like you said, talk about it at breakfast.
Exactly. Sleep it off. So you're correct. The Stars have a penalty by Daniel Chen. So a power play now for the Extreme.
That's rough. You break your own stick and get
And they
the slash.
score!
Oh,
Nathaniel Benson has his second of the game. Dean Peterson's going to get his second point of the game. It's the Jake vs. Nat show, and it's 3-3.
that is tough.
Oh, they completely left him alone.
Uh-huh.
They went right to him. He snuck right through.
Yep. 2 players either side of him not manning quite as much as they should be.
That's good on Benson to feel that pressure and get out of there, though.
Absolutely.
Peterson had all day
He did.
to make that pass. Wow, this hockey game is going back and forth. It was 1-0 Extreme, 1-1, 2-1 Extreme. Then all of a sudden it was 3-2 Stars. Now it's 3-3. That's the next goal will be the 3rd lead change we've had of the game. 3-3. Stars back on the attack. Loose puck in front, and Jeremy Friedrich gloves that one down.
I'll be interested to see what Coach Sammy Manteri says to Daniel Chen about that one. What was more expensive, the stick or the goal?
That's a great way to put it. So the game's opened up. 2-2 in the second period, 3-3 overall in the game. It must be chaos down there on the benches right now. as we've reached the halfway point of the hockey game, and it's 3-3. Ambrose Foster has a goal. Jake Riley has 2. Meanwhile, Benson has 2, and Peterson has the other for the Extreme. Teams skirmish for it in the corner. Chip back from Noah Maley. Esposito settling down the puck. He'll try to walk this one out, but throwing his body in it is Zach Steele. That'll go for icing. Let's head down to our bench reporter, Dave Webb. Dave.
Yeah, saying that it might be chaos down here. I've categorically tell you it's not. 2 very, very calm benches. I mean, there's a lot of hockey still to be played, so they're both okay. They're up and about when they score. I have to say the Stars bench is up and about more than the Extreme bench. But no, it's all very professional down here, my friend.
Lost shot on the draw again. Johan Levesque, he's got a goal. Chaos ensues. It's 4-3.
Looked like a bouncing puck off the face-off.
That sounds like Johan Levesque, and we've been waiting to see it. Here it is in the replay.
I think Maley actually won that. He just, yep.
Oh. Johan Levesque, he's all confidence, and he's mentally just, he goes absolutely straight onto it.
Yeah, that was Noah Maley that put it right to him.
And that's, was it Siemens there that missed the assignment? Someone did there.
Yep.
I was going to say, it's your forward playing D.
Yep. And there is a Levesque celebration. We've been waiting for it. There it is. Is there going to be another one?
Here comes McDonald. It's been a big surge of goals. We've got 5 goals combined in the last 6 or 7 minutes. It was 1-1 for the longest time. Now all of a sudden it's 4-3.
This is what we're used to seeing.
Absolutely. It's click back in.
Back to the NHSL, everybody. Back around the corner, Jake Hazel pinching in, swats it forward, grabbed by Andrew Chen. Players still colliding along the far boards. Again, the Extreme of the first 14 shots of the game. Now the Stars own the shot category 21-18. Peterson's played a heck of a game, slides it forward. He was looking for Andrew Stapleton. That was touched up, and now he's draped all over a man. Back down in a corner. Looping his way the other direction. Long shot in, and that's knocked down from Jeremy Friedrich. Chen, he gets knocked in from behind the boards. Chip forward once again. Aaron Widger off the boards, looking for Joey McDougall behind the play, and he's a little bit too far behind it to get a clear shot in at goal. Wrestled off the puck by Connor Smith. Smith kicks it to himself. Jake Riley, he's played well tonight. He's there in support. Chipped off the boards from Steele, and it's a giveaway. Here's McDougall in tight, and a big shot block from the Stars defender getting back, but the Extreme throw one back in front of the net on the return. Long pass ahead. Now behind the defense is Johan Levesque. Levesque grabs it, trying to find a man in the slot, and the puck bounces all the way back to the Stars' blue line. Played high, played up, played through the rafters, and it's down on the stick of Chen. Chen was looking for a centering play. Geyer broke it up. Chen hunting it back down, fires one through, blocked by Seaman, sticking it forward, grabbed by Chen again. Chen looking for somebody in the slot, knocked away by Xander Wardlaw, who gets the pass back from Benson. Wardlaw through traffic, knocked away off the puck from Jake Hazel, wraps it around the boards. Johan Levesque's got some space. Levesque throws it in front. He was looking for Daniel Chen, who was coming in hot, but it banks off his stick.
Those two could be the best tandem I've seen tonight. They just know where each other are at all times.
I agree, and then work Jake Riley into that mix. Honestly, unreal.
It's a very dangerous line that scored 3 goals for the Stars so far. It's been fast and furious at the moment. Non-stop end-to-end action. 2 from Benson, 2 from Riley in a 3-3 hockey game. Peterson walks his way out from the goal, looking for something picked up by Steele. Steele off the turnover, throws it back. Ryan, the rocket full, powers his way on the backhand, looking for somebody in front of the net, and his Tiger teammate Andrew Stapleton intercepts the pass and sends it back down the ice. Benson plays it off towards left side, tip forward from Madsen. We haven't had a whistle in like 3 minutes. It's been furious action. Chen forward to Maley. Maley to Martin, back to Maley. Maley tries to work his way forward, tied up by a couple Stars defenders, and they'll try to clear the zone, but it takes a very favorable Extreme bounce that Jared Siemens almost capitalized off. Stars trying to clear the zone, finally swatted out and picked up by Adrian Esposito, who floats it in behind the play, and teams can finally complete their line changes. Hazel pushes it forward. All the way back, grabbed by Geyer. Geyer back into the attacking zone. Scooped up again. Extreme trying to settle down the play, and finally we have a whistle after 3.5 minutes and a few chances going fast and furious both directions.
Whoa, what a long piece of play. I mean, you saw it. You start to see players making rough passes and sort of starting to slow down a little bit. You can't get off the ice.
Yeah, even frantic in the offensive zone, they'd get the play down deep and they wouldn't put it on a stick. They would they just throw it at the net and hope something happened.
Yep.
Draw one, Stars right off the draw. It's Daniel Chen working in front, goes it to Jake Riley, and he sent it wide. Benson on the back check. This line matchup has been fun. The Benson versus Riley line, and here's Wardlaw. Floats it to McDougall. Great save, Glenn Forbes-White. McDougall back in front of the face of the goal. It slides all the way through the slot and back to the right point.
What a pass that was.
Unfortunately, nobody home. Johan Levesque fails to clear the zone. Wardlaw has the puck taken away from Johan Levesque. He has one defender to beat, and he's going to get by Chad. Levesque scores! What a goal! Joey Quebec, a candidate for goal of the season. It's 5-3.
His own team can't believe it. They're still standing there with their mouths open. What was that?
I think Andrew Chen's pants are hanging from the rafters somewhere. He got turned around and undressed.
Here it is.
Levesque took the puck away from Wardlaw, and get ready.
You said it, Ryan. Undressed. Undressed Andrew Chen, and what a finish.
Johan Levesque had 4 goals last game. He's got the last 2 in this one, and it is a 5-3 hockey game.
What touch on that backhand, too. Just nice and soft.
Absolutely.
Straight up top.
Chaos has broken out here at the Ice Arena. Hey, the Stars have scored a lot of goals lately. They scored the first 7 in the last game and still somehow lost. There's a long way to go in this one. They're up 5-3 and have really turned the pace of play.
Can't count the Extreme out, though. I mean, you saw it in that last Brewers game. We thought the Brewers, they had a couple goals up.
They were down 5-3 with 10 minutes to go, and they won 7-5.
We're not too far from the end of the period here in the second period, but there is still a fair amount of game to be played.
Well, we can't be talking about any lead being safe with the Stars. We're talking about the team that had a 7-0 lead. So I don't think the Stars can even look down the bench and say any lead is safe, can they?
No, absolutely not. And you wouldn't. You really, really wouldn't. You would stay completely hungry, and you've got to just keep this level of intensity. You've got to do it.
Taken away, Adrian Esposito looking for a man in front of the net. Dean Peterson is there. They're starting to mix the lines up a little bit. Dean Peterson getting a promotion on this line. Normally it was Noah Maley. Let's see what Coach Eric Lean has in store. Esposito back behind play, working down on the goal line. Tries to flick it to Peterson. He's got a goal tonight. Levesque, though, with the last 2. Steele carries it all the way up the ice himself. Ryan Full picks up the loose change. He was offside in a very disappointing offside call in the eyes of Ryan Full.
Ryan, you said it before. If you're standing behind Zach Steele, you're a pretty good chance to actually enter the zone with a fair amount of space. I think that's what they need to start doing here.
Yeah, just let him go. He'll try to go through 3 people and someone pick up the rebound when he loses it.
Absolutely.
Tyson Boyd off the draw, but won cleanly by the Extreme. Jared Siemens swiveling his way back. Pokes it forward, looking for Benson. A nice pass for McDougall. McDougall finds Wardlaw. He was behind the defense, and he batted it towards the net. Couldn't settle it down. Glenn Forbes-White gets a crucial stoppage in play.
I don't know if you guys have been watching, but Adrian Esposito has been playing a really physical game. It's been pretty solid. You can tell he's really changing the tide. On that last shift, he decided to get a little fancy when he probably could have just took it and muscled his way to the net. I think if he plays his game, plays to his strengths, I think that second line's going to be
No, I do agree with that, because the Extreme, you know, legendarily not a physical team, but they beat most of these teams. Well, they beat both of these teams. So don't change what you're doing if it's working. Just work at what you have.
Wardlaw looking for McDougall. He swings and misses, and the Stars will try to break it out the other way. Daniel Chen, he gets unloaded by his brother Andrew, and the Stars almost score the other way. But some brotherly love as Andrew Chen runs into Daniel, then Joey McDougall runs into Daniel for good measure too. Can't wait to see that one on the replay. Benson circling in behind the goal. Kicking it forward back towards the point, and here comes Johan Levesque behind the defense. He's got the last two. Fans on the shot, looking for somebody in the slot, and the puck just slid on him. Johan Levesque with 7 goals, looking for another one. If he scores the next goal, it's a natural hat trick too.
Daniel Chen is fired up right now after getting knocked down.
Twice, once by his brother.
You do not want that. Not in a hockey game. You don't want your big brother showing that he's the big brother.
Andrew Chen pushes it forward, looking for Xander Wardlaw. Team skirmish for it at the blue line. Nathaniel Benson is the one that pokes this away. Joey McDougall is heading towards the net, but it's Connor Smith that picks up the puck and plays it around the boards. Geyer banks it in. Kept by McDougall. He swung and missed again. Now Noah Maley back on as it's picked up by Stapleton. Stapleton looking for Maley. Pushed forward by Jake Riley. Back down low. Andrew Stapleton trying to spin himself around. Playing on a line with Maley and McDougall for the time being. Geyer shot from the point, and it's a nice save from Glenn Forbes-White.
Geyer has been solid this period. No mistakes, nice easy plays. You know, he didn't shoot into someone.
Well, there's that brotherly love we just saw there from the Chen brothers. I think that, I dare say, I think that Daniel may be walking home. I'm just going to put that out there. But Jake, again, in the play, on the net. This Levesque, Chen, and Riley line, God, I'm going to throw it out there and say it. That's the best line in this competition right now. It has to be.
Well, Riley's got 2 goals. Levesque's got 2 goals in this game. Ambrose Foster has the other one in the goal in the contest. So that top line's accounted for 4 of the 5 goals. Here comes Jared McDonald in the corner. Tom Tate trying to apply a little bit of pressure. There's Jared Siemens. Plays it off towards the left point. Knocked down again by Aaron Widger. Widger finds Maley. Maley gets hit hard by Zach Steele, and it's enough to create a bit of a turnover for Dave Madsen to grab the puck. Madsen settles it down, and he gets hit behind the play too. Picked up by Noah Maley. Maley chips it forward. Andrew Chen couldn't quite corral the play. Stars, a lot of chip in this period, a bit of physicality. Dave Madsen skates it out. Looking for McDonald, gets tied up in his feet. Extreme need the next goal. They were up 1-0 and 2-1. Then the Stars made it 3-2. Then it was 3-3. And then Levesque has scored the last 2 to make it 5-3.
I think Ollie Martin's got to start shooting that puck.
He's got one of the most dangerous shots in the competition. Chen to Martin. And again, a big hit. Daniel Chen this time with a hit. He gets a shot on goal. Rebound in front. Friedrich is down. Gets the pad away. Full. Throws it in the slot. Back to the point. Smith long shot in, and Jeremy Friedrich makes a big one.
I want to see a replay on that shot.
Oh, absolutely. And that hit that Chen made, there's hits that you make because they look good, and there's hits that you make because they make a real difference. And that turned the puck over, gave control to the Stars. It made a difference. I think this might have been just after the hit.
Here's the shot.
This is, yeah.
I thought that was a really tight lane when he took that shot.
Yeah. A lot of room for error there.
Back down in the corner, it's Brandon Taylor wins the foot race for it, and he's got 2 Stars players draped all over him. A very wild second period that's seen 6 goals. 4 to the Stars, 2 to the Extreme. Pretty simple equation. Stars win their last 3, they'll go top. If the Extreme win tonight, the Stars can't catch them. There's only 4 rounds left and only 3 rounds after this one. Johan Levesque Banks it into the corner, picked up by Benson. Benson turning, firing, looking for someone. Noah Maley on a line with him now. Here's a shot from Geyer, and that goes off the shoulder of Glenn Forbes-White. Benson first in the corner. Tate down low. Maley centering play, looking for McDougal. Extreme mixing up the lines, trying to find something that's working. Skating forward is Daniel Chen, and he collides with Tom Tate. Bounces back on his feet, but Geyer wrestles the puck forward. McDougal, puck taken away from Chen. Chen had Levesque with him, and he was called offside. And Levesque does not like that call at all. Look at him back at the referee.
Look, I'm going to do a Levesque here and say, nah, sorry, that's a bad call. I'm going to call the ref out on that one, sorry. I know he's a good kid, but Levesque's right. That was an opportunity right there, unfortunately.
I don't know, Levesque was checking up and he came back. I don't know if he got there in time.
You reckon?
It was close. It was really close.
It was really, we can't really see it.
There's Levesque here.
Yeah.
He was coming back out.
No, Levesque was behind the play.
Oh, was he?
Well, the replay days,
Yeah.
Don't know.
Levesque's been a menace out there tonight. That's going to end the period, but what a crazy one it was. It started with a Nathaniel Benson goal to make it 2-1. Ambrose Foster scored to make it 2-2. Jake Riley scored an unassisted goal that somehow, off the face-off, made it 3-3. And then 3-2, Nathaniel Benson made it 3-3, and then Johan Levesque has scored the last 2 goals, including a ridiculously nice highlight reel goal. That was chaos, and the Stars are 20 minutes away from moving up the standings.
There's one thing that was there, too, that you didn't notice probably. Wardlaw was nowhere to be seen at the end of that period. He took down Riley on that back check. I wonder if he's all right.
Oh, that's true. That is true. We should get maybe David to check that one. But it's interesting to see 2 goals up, and Chen and Levesque are still ravenous dogs out there. They are so hungry. They still know this game is on the line.
Well, it may be the Riley and Levesque show on the score sheet, but also joining the parade is Ambrose Foster, who's down with our sideline reporter, Dave Webb, right now.
Ambrose, first NHSL goal. How are you feeling about that?
Oh yeah, it's just well worked in the trainings and whatnot, so I feel like it's all coming together with the team and everything, so it's all feeling good right now.
Yeah, a little bit of the Levesque celebration as well we saw. Is that on purpose, or it was just natural?
Look, it's an emotional celebration, I reckon, so it just comes naturally.
So talk to me as well, it's a tale of 2 periods at the moment. First 3/4 of the first period, you must have thought to yourself, this is going to be a long, long night. And then someone just lit the blue touch paper in the second period.
Oh, look, I don't feel like any night's a long night. It's all just go, go, go. Even if I'm not seeing the ice as much, Justine seems to make that call noticed. But we don't have slow nights.
Thank you, Ambrose. Go and sort yourself out. We'll see you there. Back to Eric.
Well, it's a 5-3 hockey game, and if the third period is anything like the second period, you're in for an entertaining finish. We'll throw it back to In the Slot with Noah Maley and Sammy Mantier, and we'll see you in about 15. Arena, it is a 5-3 hockey game. Here's a look at the standings as we set the stage for the third period. You only play 8 games each in this season. So if the Extreme win, the Stars mathematically cannot catch them. The Extreme would clinch a spot in the top 2, and they go into the grand final series. The Stars, if they win their next 3 games, they're going to go all the way to 10 points, and they would be playing the Extreme and the Brewers. So they would end up leapfrogging and ending up in first place. So it's all to play for the Stars, and they had a big second period that started with Ambrose Foster scoring to get things going.
This is also the start of a 3-game campaign they have in this series, so if they get hot right now, that could make a big change.
Jake Riley scored that amazing goal off the side of the net. That put them up, made it a 3-3 hockey game, and that's when things kind of changed a little bit, because Johan Levesque later scored one of the nicest goals you'll see. Actually, this is the one that made it a 3-3 hockey game. Peterson, Benson, 3-3. Then Johan Levesque scored the next 2 goals, and one of the goals you'll see coming up was one of the best ones we've seen all season. But as you enjoy these highlights, let's hear from our man down on the bench, Dave Webb, getting all the insights for us.
Yeah, thanks, Eric. I spoke to the Stars coach. He's really happy with the second period. I mean, in other news, water is wet. He just wants to keep it quick and simple is his message, and he just wants to keep doing the same again. Eric Lean, slightly less happy with me. He seems to have made me responsible for what happened in the second period. But he felt that they just didn't control the puck enough. He wants them to control the puck a lot more in the third period.
Great insights from Dave Webb as we're underway in the third period. Extreme trying to book their ticket to the championship series. The Stars try to make this thing very complicated for all of the teams.
Oh, of course, you have to. And one thing we were talking about in the break, Justine and I, was about the defense. You were saying which ones you like.
Oh, really? Well, for the Extreme, it's a bit awkward because there aren't many at the moment apart from Siemens. I'm not going to lie. I really think Charbonneau's a loss. I really think Huxley's a loss. I just want to see this team last through this period. But the Stars, their D are playing really well right now.
Chen, long pass ahead to Johan Levesque. He has the last 2 goals in the hockey game. Siemens battling away in the corner for it. Chip it away back on the right side again. Siemens swats it forward, grabbed down by Hazel. Hazel fans on the shot. Off on the left side, plays it around behind the boards. Tip back the other way. Wardlaw gives it to McDougall. McDougall fires one on net. Big rebound popped off the chest of Forbes White. Benson throws it across, and here's Jake Riley. Gobbles up the puck. He's got Levesque with him. Riley out wide, drops it back. Shot from Chen. Rebound down low, poked away from Friedrich, and in behind the goal. Already end-to-end action to start this period. That's right where we left off. Siemens. Left side to Benson. He's got 2 goals. Can he find a hat trick in the game? Another rebound off Glenn Forbes White, but he'll pounce on that.
Oh, big brother telling little brother no.
Here comes the replay here.
Jake Riley, he's got 2 already. He elected not to shoot, and Chen. I think Friedrich just got a stick on that.
No, that was a good play. He followed the puck in. He really wanted it, yeah.
Good poke check from Jeremy Friedrich. Justine faceoffs in that last period.
Oh, look, it's interesting to see. It's the Extreme in that period went back up on top with 57% winning the faceoffs that period, but they coincidentally lost that period.
Extreme have been pretty good on the faceoffs all season long, though. McDonald lobs one in front of the net, goes off the boards. Extreme try to send Noah Maley up the ice, but that one just scooted a little too far for him. That will go for icing. So the Stars, if you're just joining us for the first time in the NHSL, this team, their brand is squander opportunities. They were up 3-2 with 3 minutes to go in the first game. They allow a shorthanded goal. They lose that game. They lost a 1-goal game to the Extreme where they were 0 for 9 on the power play. They had a 7-0 lead versus the Brewers, and they lost that game. The question will be, can they hold on to 2 points they desperately need, even without their captain, Jan Hoop Kubik, in the game? Trying to hold the line. The Extreme, meanwhile, they came back from 2 goals down on 2 different occasions in the third period last week. There's Patty Gaziorowski getting that first shift, and he's a really good skater, by the way. Watch him, number 19 on the Extreme as we get a stoppage in play. You coached him, Justine. You're happy that he's on the ice?
Oh, I'm very happy he's on the ice. Just 18 years old, but, you know, this is the kind of guy you see. He makes those Jake Riley-type shots. He skates like an absolute workhorse. I really, really am happy to see him out here. He absolutely deserves it.
Literally just 18 years old. Turned it on Saturday. Noah Maley turned 19 on Wednesday. This Extreme team, man, they're getting old. Back behind the goals, it's Steele stiff arms a guy behind the boards, and still maintaining possession are the Stars. Swarm of players converge on the puck. Chip forward by Ollie Martin, but not out. Martin finally settles it down, poked free, and it just was overskated by Adrian Esposito, who shoot it in behind the goal. Martin looking for goal number 5 on the season. Skips over a stick, long pass ahead, knocked down by Tomlinson. Tomlinson on the backhand, works around a man, back behind the goal, and it is bumped away from Jared Siemens. Here's Steele, flicks it up high, knocked down from Siemens again. And he'll carry the puck out. Tried the outlet play, it banked in front of the benches, and Madsen can't control the puck. Picked up by Ollie Martin. Martin in front of the net, and Glenn Forbes White gets swatted down by...
Oh, that's ugly.
Peterson had the shot, and the stick was a bit errant, and knocked down Glenn Forbes White.
He went to knock it out of the air.
Yeah,
no, definitely not intentional.
Completely airballed it.
That would have been a shock for Glenn Forbes White.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's not intentional, but...
No,
ouch.
it's dangerous, though, isn't it?
Hey, you know what? I'll tell you what. It was a 7-0 game, the Stars versus the Brewers, and the turning point was when Jeremy Klein scored a hard-nosed goal going hard to the net.
Yes.
He banked a puck in, and he knocked Sam Poole into the post, not intentionally, but a hard-nosed play, and then all of a sudden, the Brewers scored a bunch of goals. Is that a turning point right there?
Oh, don't say it.
I don't
Peterson's getting a penalty, by the way, because he did get the stick up on the head. It wasn't intentional, but it is a penalty.
Absolutely.
One different thing is, I think the Brewers had 56 shots in that game, too.
It was a lot.
It's a little different.
I'm assuming that goes down as high sticking?
Yeah, I think so.
It would. Also, though, Sam Poole had a big bruise on his forehead the next day. I really hope that Glenn Forbes-Whitehead doesn't have the same.
So it's a power play opportunity for the Stars. They are 0 for 3 on the game today. They're now 4 for 43 on the season. You have to laugh because it's just not good. But every moment's a new opportunity, baby.
I think if they can spread it out, we're going to see something.
Really excited to see the Stars not in the penalty box as much. It's nice to see 5 Stars on the ice for a consistent amount of time in a game.
Yeah, they've given up 3 power play opportunities of their own. The Extreme are 1 for 3 on their chances. And this is a big kill for them. Johan Levesque looking for a stretch pass, intercepted by Tom Tate. Slaps it back at goal. Glenn Forbes-White gloves it down, and Johan Levesque scoops it up. Stars will try to get set up, but Nathaniel Benson causing all kinds of havoc. And finally, Connor Smith will skate it out, cut out wide, looking for Levesque. Smith stops, pops across the ice. Here's Chen on the backhand. Chen along the hash marks, plays it back to Riley. Riley back to Chen. Chen playing off the left side, trying to get some puck movement going. It's a pass that squirts all the way back out in the neutral zone. Stars can't get set up. Scooped up again. Here is Boyd. Shot blocked by Noah Maley and deflected in behind the goal, but hounding for the puck is Daniel Chen. Off to Riley. 2 goals already. Gives it back to Chen. Sharp angle shot. Goes across the crease into the boards, and it's finally chipped out of play by Joey McDougall. 47 seconds to go, and an absolute crucial penalty kill here for the Adelaide Extreme.
On that power play, Tyson Boyd is standing by himself in front of the net. If they literally stop trying to make it fancy and throw it at Jeremy and let him do something.
It was tragic.
Yeah, your hands were signaling during that. Just
going, what are you doing?
So many passes, not enough shots for a power play as well. Get the shots on.
Look at that, Luke's behind him again.
Luke Harding now standing in front of the net. It was
Nobody
Jake Hazel trying to pinch in and get the shot off. Team skirmish forward along the near boards. This would be potentially a momentum swinging penalty kill if the Extreme can get out of it. Luke Harding plays it around the boards. That goes high and out of play. It's sometimes those little things, right, that change the momentum of a game.
They just got to step through and shoot it.
Dave Webb on the bench. What is the vibe check down there with the 2 benches with 15 minutes to go in the game?
Stars, sorry, the Extreme, when I spoke to Erica in the break, he said he needs to get behind their defenseman more. And almost unbidden, the Stars are just making sure that they will not allow the Extreme behind them. You'll see in transition that the Stars will work really, really, really hard to make sure that nobody in green can get behind them. They really want more shots on goal on the power play is the main message down here from the Stars.
Well, they didn't get a lot of shots on goals there, but they did a lot of passing, Ryan Rintala.
Yeah, could they just shoot it?
Yeah.
Just once?
Look, this is an ongoing issue at the Jokers as well. They may have won 2 premierships, but I think there's about 1,000 instances over the course of the season, someone screaming, can you just shoot the puck?
Yeah, I mean, especially with that guy standing in front of the net by himself. I mean,
screening.
Prime opportunity.
Screen, easy rebound, by yourself.
Team's back to full strength. And this goes in around the far boards. So the Stars now 0 for 4 on the day on the power play. Dean Peterson, he's got a goal and an assist today. He'll walk it out. He'll lob the puck forward. And it almost gets through Jake Hazel. Ollie Martin there on the rebound opportunity. Has it going to the near boards. Big hit off the corner. Glove down by Glenn Forbes-White. So the next goal you feel like is going to help really tell the tale of the rest of this game.
Yeah, I think there's also another coaching dynamic going on here that we haven't talked about. I think that we talked about during the break, Sammy will run a lot of lines through and Eric line matches. And since Sammy is in the advantage with the lead, I think that is the best situation for him.
Absolutely.
Peterson wins the draw. Tate puts it in behind the goal. Dean Peterson there. He set one up from this position earlier. Almost did again. Was looking for Esposito. Peterson gets it back off the right side. Ollie Martin back to Dean Peterson. Peterson in the corner. Flicks it back behind him. Adrian Esposito. Over 300 AIHL games. Goes back to the point. Geyer through traffic. And a nice glove save from Glenn Forbes-White. He's played a solid game today.
He definitely has. He's come back. He's definitely got the memo. He knows he wants to be a steel wall. The important thing is, can he do it for another 14 minutes and 21 seconds? And can his D help him do it?
There's one thing the D can do to help there. On that exact play, when Esposito's taking the body like that, if you take him and actually pin him, that stops that play from coming to the point. The D need to help the goalie and slow that play down back there.
Draw off to the right of Glenn Forbes-White. Joey McDougall wins the draw cleanly. Wardlaw can't get the shot off. Tied up in the center line. Jake Riley flicks it forward. Johan Levesque back to Riley. Off the boards. Riley in tight. Tries to go up high. He scored from in tight earlier. He had a man with him, though. Long pass ahead, and here's Joey McDougall. He's behind the defense. All alone. McDougall. Big save. Glenn Forbes-White.
You were asking if he's okay?
Benson, centering play. Wardlaw can't get a puck on it, but Glenn Forbes-White has come up big. Stars chipping around the boards. Daniel Chen can't settle it down. Picked up by Benson at the blue line. Off to McDougall. McDougall back to Benson. It goes in between him and Xander Wardlaw. Wardlaw down low, looking for McDougall in tight again. It bounces off Glenn Forbes-White and back in the corner. Wardlaw across, scores! Nathaniel Benson, hat-trick in a one-goal hockey game.
And it was pretty.
Look at the space that Wardlaw creates.
Jeez.
He drew 3 people to him and makes this pass. No wonder Benson's on the door by himself. 1, 2, 3, right there.
Yep.
There's no wonder he's by himself.
Jeez.
Benson from Wardlaw and McDougall. And Nathaniel Benson has himself a hat trick.
And they got a bit of a get-out-of-jail-free card with Joey McDougall there. And I want to say, I'm going to throw this out, I think that Smith actually hooked onto his ankle a little bit and didn't. Here it is here, actually. We're going to see it. I want to say, maybe I'm wrong. I think he might have just...
Yeah, right there.
What I mean? I think they might have got a get-out-of-jail-free card in the sense that I'd say it's a penalty.
Could even be a penalty shot if you saw what it was last night. The same kind of thing, or last week it was called. Either way, the Extreme do score, and a huge hit in the corner as Steele literally throws Gaziorowski down like a rag doll. Extreme have made it a one-goal game. Is this going to be another opportunity gone to waste for the Stars? Can the Extreme mount a comeback for the second straight week? No lead is safe in the NHSL, and Noah Maley gets hit by Steele. Steele throwing himself into everybody right now. Good line effort here from the third or fourth line from the Extreme. Stapleton tangled up. Picked up by Steele. Centering play. Glove down, and it's finally cleared and out in the neutral zone. Jared Siemens, the alternate captain, settles it down. Feeds Ollie Martin coming across the middle, but Jake Hazel intercepts. Gets it off to Ryan Full. Full out wide. Gets tangled up a little bit and pushed down into the corner. Intensity's picked up a notch here too. Extreme have the belief back about him. Nathaniel Benson has scored a hat-trick goal to cut the lead in half. It's now 5-4. Teams battling away down in the corner. And I think the rest got to freeze this down. Let's throw down to our man on the benches, Dave Webb.
Eric, a little bit of a funny one and a nice one. On that hat-trick goal from Benson, there was a cap thrown from the crowd. Nobody, the referee picked it up, had no real clue what was happening with it and threw it back into the crowd. So Benson not getting his hat-trick hat.
3 goals from Nathaniel Benson. He's scored the last 3 goals for the Extreme. Wardlaw dipsy-doos his way through action. Back to the point. Tate just keeps it in, and this gets pushed back out to Tyson Boyd. Boyd finds McDonough. McDonough flicks it over to the right side, and I think Harding was a little bit offside.
Jeez. You see on this backside here, Connor Smith is going to kill someone if he connects with one of those.
So impressed with that, though. This play here with Wardlaw coming up the ice, Connor Smith times it perfectly. Yep. Oh, just throws him off that little bit. Doesn't quite annihilate him, which is nice.
McDonald bouncing over the dude, too.
McDonald does a little spread leg over the top of him just for good measure.
Draw one by the Stars. Jake Riley, he sees his friend Nathaniel Benson get a hat trick. Can he get one himself? Tries to get the shot off. A man was barreled down in front of the net. Daniel Chen gets back on his feet, flick forward and goes all the way down. It'll be settled down by Glenn Forbes-White. I don't think he can freeze the puck. So we'll have the draw come off to the right side. Well,
Wardlaw's getting some fire in him here. You see him, he's getting some feisty. You know, usually he stays out of it.
Well, it's good to see. It's a one-goal game. We've got 11 minutes, 21 seconds left. Time is ticking away. You can't be complacent. They want to get their shots on net. They want it early.
Draw one cleanly by the extreme. Chen falling down, still gets the shot off. Noah Maley working his way down low, kept in by Andrew Stapleton. Gaziorowski has a swipe at it in front of the net and going the other direction. Jared McDonald. McDonald has Timothy Benson with him. Benson knocks it forward, goes into the attacking zone. Stars have to clear to get back on side. Stapleton off to Siemens. Long pass ahead, looking for Andrew Chen. Chip forward by Gaziorowski. Chen ties up his man for Gaziorowski to pick it up. Works his way down low. Gaziorowski stopped. Gets a dangerous puck into the slot. Noah Maley was trying to bank it home. And then Siemens runs into his man. But the puck goes out of play as we've reached the midway point of the third period.
This is going to be a fun finish.
Oh, aren't they all? Every NHSL game has gone down to, the last what?
Oh, it's stressful.
Shot? It feels like it.
A lot of them.
2 overtime games so far, both involving the Stars. They lost one in a shootout and one with 3 seconds to go in overtime. This Stars team does need the full 2 points, though. Long shot in. That one goes around the boards. Tate plays it in behind the goal. Cleared out by Connor Smith. Tombleson bats it forward. Ryan Fohl racing for it. And Jordan Geyer has been fairly solid all night long. Picks up the puck, settles it down, but has a man draped all over him. And Ryan Fohl picks up the puck again. Tate now battling away with him. Geyer joins there in support. Both teams going hard at each other. And finally, the Stars have possession of the puck. Swiveling around, throwing the puck in front of the goal. Knocked down by Zach Steele. Steele down low, backhand, centering play, chipped away. Dean Peterson, he gloves it back down, and Peterson back up the center of the ice. Peterson with a man draped all over him, has the puck taken away, and Smith plays the puck and then gets knocked down by the veteran Adrian Esposito.
That's a little high, a little high.
A little late.
And he's getting a call for it. Esposito doesn't like it.
No, I don't
think so. Esposito in the cross-check right there.
Yeah.
All he's got to do is hit him with his hand rather than the stick.
Yeah, well, absolutely.
The Stars will go to their 5th power play opportunity. They have the worst power play in the league. They're the least opportunistic team in the league. If they want to start rewriting their script and an opportunity to go back into first place, they have to take advantage here and reestablish a 2-goal lead.
What's the key to this one, Justine?
Maybe passing less and shooting more, Ryan. What do you think?
I think I like that one.
Simple?
Simple, but you know what Sammy said? They wanted to keep it simple. That is as simple gets.
Hey, look, they don't have someone to stand in front of the net now here, though.
Yes, they've got their prime line, those 3 magic men.
Zach Steele going to the point as well as Tyson Boyd. So they're going with 5 forwards on this power play right now.
In poker, that would be all in.
Zach Steele keeps the puck alive. Flicks over to Tyson Boyd. He'll play this in behind the goal. Johan Levesque couldn't settle it down. Daniel Chen tangled up with an extreme player. Picked up by Levesque. Back to Jake Riley. He's looking for a hat trick, and the pass just a little bit errant. And Zach Steele couldn't handle it. He tries to push this out, but Andrew Stapleton causing all kinds of problems in front of the bench. Chen finds Tyson Boyd down low. Boyd back to Chen. Chen looking for a shooting lane, finds Steele, back to Chen. Chen looking for Steele. Steele to Chen. Chen whips it across the ice. Riley, sharp angle shot. Friedrich gets a shoulder on it and then makes a nice pad save on return. Picked up again, sharp angle shot. Boyd got one off. Friedrich made 3 big saves. If the Extreme come back and score next, circle that moment right there where Jeremy Friedrich makes a series of saves to keep it a 1-goal game. Chen up the middle of the ice, give it away. Benson's got 3. Can he find 4? Couldn't find a partner to pass the puck to, but he gets it back himself.
Oh, look, they're running Benson and Wardlaw here on this PK.
It's an offensive PK. It looks like it's working.
Wardlaw throws it in behind the goal, and they'll go off for a change. Picked up by Daniel Chen, and he'll just play it back to Jake Riley. Only 20 seconds to go. They had a series of about 25 seconds where they looked threatening, but not much else on this power play. Riley up the middle of the ice, works wide, works around the defense, in tight, kicks it to himself behind the goal. Off to the point, Hazel with a lane, dishes off to Chen. Chen has the shot, blocked. Geyer could have been away. Penalty gonna come to an end. Goalie slapping the stick. Full down behind the goal, looking for somebody. Chen can't settle it down. Skirmish in front of the net, back to Ryan Full. Team's back to full strength. Sharp angle shot, a stick goes flying, loose puck in front. Tate tries to clear the zone, kept in by Riley. Riley trying to dangle around, puck taken away. Here come the Extreme. Esposito, sharp angle shot, pad save, Glenn Forbes-White. Noah Maley battling against Jared McDonough. Finally, Chen comes away with it, trying to find a man up the ice. He was looking for Ryan Full, but he was intercepted by Andrew Chen. Chen, he was walked earlier in the game. He was trying to return serve back towards the Stars. Riley behind the goal. Back off the backboards to Jared McDonough. Things getting very tight. Stars really do need all 2 points, and it's a hand pass behind the play.
Physical or not, this is not a complacent Extreme team. This is an Extreme team that are coming in with a force. They are not done. They're not backing off, not even on a PK.
They believe in the system. They're playing to the system. They're going to let it ride out.
Yeah. Served them well in that one.
Chen back at the blue line, pushes the puck forward. It goes back to the Stars defense. Siemens, backhanded play. McDougall tips it to Benson. Benson with some skills finds Wardlaw. Wardlaw, Glenn Forbes-White, a huge pad save. Benson has had a fantastic night. He's got 3 goals, almost had the assist. My goodness.
What great hands here by Nat. I mean, the stick work here.
And Glenn Forbes-White has made a few big saves, and he was dragged out of position. Dave Webb, let's go down to you on the benches.
Eric, first time I've seen any level of emotion on the benches down here. It's been very professional. I'll give you 3 guesses of what the feedback after the power play was.
Justine, you want to guess?
Shoot the puck?
A slightly cleaner version that was, but yeah, that was the idea.
Yeah, no, I think I know Sammy pretty well, but if he wants simple hockey, that's the simplest way to win a game.
There might have been some Finnish words mixed in there somewhere, I'm sure, knowing Sammy Mantia. He doesn't even spare
them the Australian version this time around, I don't reckon.
Dean Peterson barrels over a guy. Puck goes back to Benson. Benson chips it up. Boyd looking right side. A must-win game for the Stars. Shot on net. Well, we'll call it a need-to-win game. Not necessarily a must-win, but they cannot catch the Extreme if they lose this game. And here's Martin in all alone. Glenn Forbes-White, another huge save. The goaltenders have come to play in the 3rd period, and Glenn Forbes-White has made back-to-back huge saves. It'll be a nervy last 5.5 minutes. You feel like the Stars need another goal. McDonough can't find the puck behind him. Finally gathers it right side. This goes behind the goal, and there'll be a face-off on the other end of the ice with just 5:25 to go.
Still a 1-goal game.
Look at this, look at this. I thought Martin had him.
Absolutely. Oh. Great coverage there by Glenn, and Martin is a great shot going in. He knows exactly what the goalie's going to do because he's done it. And I thought that was going straight through the middle, but Glenn covered it so well.
That is some speed you don't really see from him very often. He just looks effortless at times.
Absolutely.
Draw one again. As the Extreme circling back around, McDonough plays it forward. Ryan Fohl powers his way out wide, looking to get a sharp angle shot, but he's steered into the near boards. Hazel was there in support. Puck flicked back behind the goal. Tyson Boyd looking for Jared McDonough, plays it off to the right side, and it goes in the neutral zone in the Extreme, trying to bounce on the loose puck. Banked off the boards. Boyd pokes it forward to himself. Ryan Fohl going to the net. Tyson Boyd, shot on goal. Big rebound comes up. It hit Jeremy Friedrich's helmet. That's why.
That's not... Okay.
It looked like the helmet was about to pop off, so I think Dave did it. Head ref.
That's unfortunate, because I think it ended up in the net. Yeah, it did. It bounced off a skate, and it was actually in the net. So it bounced off Joey McDougall's skate, off Jeremy Friedrich's pad, and went in the net. Good grief, that could have been very, very dangerous.
That's a tip for all the kids out there, though. You don't have anything to shoot at, just hit them in the face.
Oh.
We used to have a rule in the beginning of the game. If you'd come down and they weren't paying attention and you ran out of angles to shoot at, just hit the goalie.
Back on the center of the ice, Chen tried to dangle his way around the right side. Riley ties up Jared Siemens. Gaziarowski getting a good look in this period. Maley keeps it alive. Maley with the puck again. Could he do it again? Huge poke check, rebound in front of the net. Glenn Forbes-White diving out of play and bounces on the loose disc.
The puck is flying into piles of players. I believe that was Dumtruck Madsen on top of Noah Maley, deflecting that shot away, but great hands by Maley on this one.
Yeah, and then Riley on top of Stapleton. Dive, get it. Look at this, they're both just going all out.
Yeah, another, they're going everywhere. Good gutsy play by Glenn on that one, though.
All right, it's crunch time here now.
Ooh.
Just over 4 minutes to go. The Extreme, if they get the full 2 points in this game, they will clinch a spot in the grand final series. That would be step one of their mission complete. Foster chips it forward, looking for Ryan Fohl. Fohl playing his way down low. So Sammy Mantier relying on those second, third lines late in the game. I'm sure he'll go heavy on players like Riley and Levesque late.
Not a bad time to play players like that. You've still got a little bit of time, and you want those other guys to be nice and fresh, and they're not doing a bad job. Ambrose has got himself a goal. Ryan's working his heart out.
Zach Steele can't drill the draw, and Xander Wardlaw. He's in on the defense. Wardlaw walks in, he sailed it high. Xander Wardlaw had a chance to tie the game, and he sent it high.
He's not happy. That's a second opportunity in a matter of few minutes where he has had a prime shooting opportunity and missed. You hate to see it.
He can't believe it. Was that the opportunity for the Extreme?
And over the net as well. It's the worst.
Riley wins the draw. He's played a good game so far. Can he make it a great game? He's got 2 goals. Benson with 3 goals, Levesque with 2 goals, and Ambrose, Foster, and Dean Peterson have the others. The Extreme scored first. They had the first 14 shots on goal in this game. It was 1-0. The Stars tied the game up. It was 1-1. Extreme answered back, 2-1. Then it was 2-2. Then 3-2 Stars very quickly. Then it was 3-3, then 5-3. And only goal this period has been a Nathaniel Benson hat-trick goal to make it 5-4 in what's been a very good goaltending performance in this last stanza of an epic game. Hazel plays it forward. Swatted out by the Stars. Siemens trying to force another potential overtime, but a big giveaway. Here's Levesque, fires one on net. Jeremy Friedrich, a huge save to keep it a 1-goal game. He'll need to be perfect in these last 2 minutes and 41 seconds if they want a chance, and it's a giveaway. Here's Riley on the backhand, turns, fires. Levesque was on the doorstep. You figure there's a couple more shifts left for this top line. Chen has a man all over him, tied up. Noah Maley on the puck, working against his buddy Daniel Chen. He keeps it alive. Riley back to the point. Shot on net from Smith. Big rebound, but it's kicked in the corner. Levesque flicks it around the boards. It was nifty, but too much for Jake Riley. He still gets to the puck, dangles around one, and Riley turns. Riley, Steele now playing some defense right now. Steele pinches his way down low. Stars looking for the kill. It's good possession, but can they find a goal? Centering play in front. Loose puck at the point. Boyd tries to slap it down. He got tangled up with his own player, Connor Smith. 1 minute and 48 seconds left to go.
So much control from the Stars. So much control. A couple more shots, but probably some missed opportunities with the shooting again.
Fancy. There's one. Go ahead.
Another very entertaining game in the NHSL, and there's just over 100 seconds left. Harding getting a late game shift, fires one on the side of the goal. Chasing after it in the corner is Jared McDonough, and now the Extreme will try to clear. This is probably a mismatch. It's the top line on the ice for the Extreme, and Joey McDougall had the puck. He was offside. 1:26 to go, and the goaltender had already left his net.
Xander just slipped a little bit on that one, but very, very close opportunity.
There's one thing I think we're going to see here is Jake Riley back on the ice. I've noticed in the last couple games, he's taken himself out of the game. He's not out there. Let's see what's going to happen.
It's Jared McDonough, Ryan Fohl, Zach Steele on defense. Tyson Boyd was on the ice, but there's only 4 players on the ice right now for the Stars.
That's not what you want.
Tyson Boyd had gone back to the bench.
Obviously, a bit of miscommunication.
Goodness.
I think a couple of different, coaches.
If you're Sammy, do you take a timeout to try to get your top line on there with some fresh legs?
I think so.